What's up, guys? Dutch Boyd here with the lovely XML. And actually, hold on, we got to do a little bit more setting up. We're on. We're on.
Here's Dutch Boyd.
Great to see you guys.
Good to see you, everybody. Good day. Only 5 more days till Christmas.
4 more days until my birthday.
4 more days till your birthday.
And feeling pretty good about it. And you know what? I'm also feeling good about seeing Kevin Eister take down that WPT. I don't know why, but it does make me feel a little bit better knowing that the guy who knocked me out ended up knocking everybody else out, ended up with every chip. It also kind of made me feel a little bit better knowing that a decent chunk of time, he's crippled. From that one hand, he's just crippled, and his life is different. Everybody's life is different.
Our life might be different.
Our life might be different. Or we might have, went out in 70th. Who knows? Who's to say? But you know what, guys? We're going to have a good day today. I'm going to go in late reg into this 20K weekly Sunday, and then they have a couple of other tournaments today. Besides the normal reloader, there's also a Deepstack event number 7. So let's go ahead and late reg into this. Good to see everybody here.
Hello. Okay.
Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, look at that. We're on break.
Oh, good. That's great.
Perfect timing. So we'll be back in 4 minutes. Perfect time. I can go grab some coffee.
We had to have time to eat.
Yeah. Let me try to adjust your camera a little bit.
Well, I'm looking for a password. Shit. I lost it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, found it. Oh, it's a weird password. It's kind of stupid. Okay. I don't know why it's so complicated.
Okay. How's the salad?
It's all right.
I feel a little bit red right now.
Do I look red?
No, you look a little pale.
What? Do I need to put some makeup on?
No, it's just the lighting.
No, I don't. I have very little bit of blush. So if I put a bunch of blush on?
No,
Yeah, I have
you
a
look
red
good.
marker.
You look good. You don't need it. No.
Little dots on me.
I don't know why I thought you were serious there for a second. I have no idea. I was like, no, you don't need to put red marker on your face.
Well, so I match you.
8 overrated. Good to see you, man. Yes, indeed. Live Dutch night. It is. We're going to make a deep run tonight. I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
My eyes kind of twitchy today from my bee.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. Gotta be careful and getting that stuff in my eye. Dude, what are we playing? We're playing the big one today. How's this look, Dutch? This is the big one, so I wear the big meat ears mouse. The mice ears. Good?
It looks good, yeah. I would say it looks good. You ready?
I thought we
You
were
ready
on.
to put up some no, we're already on.
Oh, good.
we're already on. Are you ready to crush some dreams today?
Dream crushing. I do it every day. What do you mean today?
So who do we got at the table here? We got Hesse, we got Diane, we got Artie Speed, we got It's Mr. Trifle, we got Ann Corp, we got Black Barbie, we got Wonka Paper.
Wonka paper. What's Wonka,
Wonka
paper?
paper.
Isn't that like pot paper?
It is a rolling paper.
Or is it like?
I think it has more to
banana?
do with probably has more to do with like the golden ticket,
Oh,
right?
like Willy Wonka.
Being able to maybe be the one to run the candy store.
Yes. Who would want to run the candy store?
I know who that is.
You know what? Oh, you
I
do?
know who that is.
Do you?
You know who that is.
Oh, do
too.
I? Oh.
We were talking
Oh, I
about
do
it
know who
a
it
few
is.
days ago.
Okay, listen. So, Dutchie,
Yep.
we should tell everyone the news about Las Vegas in the newspaper.
Yeah, let's do that news.
Like
you
that-
tell them the news. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Well, I kind of know the news. So I guess Sheldon Adelson bought a bunch of them, or just one? A bunch of newspapers. I didn't really read into it, but yeah, he bought them like in secret, and I guess he just came out. So I gotta find the article about it. But it's pretty interesting stuff, guys. Pretty interesting stuff. Oh, we still have a minute left for a break. Let's see if I can find that for you guys. Sheldon Adelson. Judge in Adelson's lawsuit subject to unusual scrutiny amid journal review sales. Oh, because there's a lawsuit, I guess, going on. He secretly bought the paper, ordered all hands to investigate the judge he hated. So that's what he did. He hated this judge so much that he bought the newspaper and tried to screw her. District Judge Elizabeth Gonzalez. So that's why he did it, Dutch. Oh, he's gone. Just over a month before Sheldon Adelson's family was revealed as the new owner of the Las Vegas Journal. God, that's so crazy. He's the owner of the Las Vegas Journal now.
Yeah, Las Vegas Review Journal.
Wow.
It is pretty crazy. And let me tell you something else about it. Okay.
Do I have any?
Everyone knew it was Sheldon.
Do I have any spinach in my teeth?
No.
Okay.
Let me see. Nope, no spinach.
Oh man, I got some bee stuff in that bee stuff.
Everybody knew it was Sheldon.
Well,
Everybody
yeah, because
knew.
it was like a cash.
Because who can afford to pay $140 million for a newspaper? The Las Vegas Review Journal, which is it's worth about half what he paid for it.
What's the delay on this, by the way? 5?
About 4 minutes.
Can you increase the delay
I did increase the delay.
a little longer?
4.5 minutes. It's fine. We're fine. So he bought it for about double what it's worth, and then made a big deal about when everyone was like, "Oh, who bought it? Who bought the paper? Don't worry about it. Just get back to work. Get back to work." So everyone knew it was Sheldon because he's pretty much the only person who would treat his paper like that. He comes out and says, "Oh, well, the reason I wanted to make it a secret who owned it." Well, it was just because we were having the debates, and I didn't want the news that I took over the biggest newspaper in Nevada, which is a pretty important swing state. I didn't want it to seem like and we're hosting the debates at the Venetian. I didn't want it to seem like like there's going to be any conflict of interests, given that I'm one of the biggest Republican donors in America right now. It's like, okay.
Yeah. So I guess.
He's also hated by the newspaper. Everybody over there hates him.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he sued one of the reporters into bankruptcy a few years ago.
Wow.
After he
Like,
wrote
he
a book about
destroyed his
casino
life, right?
moguls. Yeah, just destroyed his life. Completely. He sued him for defamation because of some things this guy said. Basically alleging to, mob connections and Macau triad connections. And so he sued him. The case was eventually dismissed, so he lost the case. But he won because it cost the guy so much to defend himself against this, basically a frivolous bully action that the guy eventually went bankrupt. He had to file bankruptcy, literally went bankrupt.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah, it is pretty sad. The guy's last name is Smith. John L. Smith, I think, is the guy's name. And so Sheldon Adelson, like the 14th richest guy in the whole entire world, decides to sue this reporter into poverty, basically. So he was already pretty much hated by the Las Vegas Review Journal. And when some mysterious, shadow corporation comes in and buys their newspaper, like everyone's like kind of going on strike. And you'd think, well, I mean, it's a free country, isn't it? Shouldn't you be able to, buy whatever business you want and hide if you want? Well, yeah, that's true, but it's also, when it comes to journalism and journalism ethics, there's a big part of journalistic ethics is transparency, understanding all the different biases that come into play. And now that the big boss is the biggest, basically right up there with the Koch brothers as far as trying to use his money to influence American politics. There's a big bias with Las Vegas Review-Journal now. Huge. I don't know what I would do if I was Howard Stutz or if I was one of these other journalists. They put out a big editorial this last week saying, "Oh, well, you can still trust us." Okay, I mean, I know that I can trust you to try to do the right thing just as people, and I know that like if you could choose a new boss, you wouldn't choose the boss that you have. But no question, it's going to change quite a bit the flavor and the tone of that paper. And I think it's I think it's kind of sad that we've got this is our political system. Now we've got a guy who was decided, you know what, it's not enough that I just spend millions and millions of dollars every election cycle.
Did you just miss Ace Queen?
No. No, I lost with Ace Queen.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. That's not enough. I want to go ahead and try to get even more power. Yeah, Wonka Paper took that one down with the 3 clubs. Hey, everybody, it's good to see you guys. We've got some cool people on the stream today. We got 8 Overrated saying, yeah, live Dutch night. Finally. It's good to be here. 8 Overrated. Betting out that half pot against Ancorp. There we go. Gamer Grill in the stream. Great to see you. We've got SD Bub. Good to see you, my friend. Purple Haze 1112 in the stream. What is up with you? We got Randiferous 8. We got J-Doc. We got Cave Bennett. We got 9 Iron 12. Howdy Hose and Eximo. I hope you are all well. 9 Iron 12. I hope that your Christmas season's going really well. Wonka Paper coming at us, 345 into our 120. This is always frustrating. I know him, he knows me. So yeah, let's just go ahead and make the call. Not a very good flop. Are we just gonna really just be done with his hand against Wonka Paper? Are we really just gonna check fold here? Check fold, really? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We had a plan, and the plan involved an ace not coming out. Just done. Just done with it. We're going to treat it like 3s. So, Sour Beer, how are you doing, man? He says, hey, Dutch and Exmo, hope you're having a great day. Good luck on the tournament. Thank you very much. Re-Raise, how are you doing? He says, can you get a driver's license suspension from a misdemeanor for possession of marijuana? I wouldn't be able to tell you that, Re-Raise. I have no idea. I imagine that it would depend on the state that you're in. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure that we are not in the same state. I'm looking at your address right here, actually, because I still had it on my desk from when I sent out that bounty. So I'm not sure what the laws are in your state, and I don't know about my state either. So no clue. Poker Mindset Coach, good afternoon to you. Great to see you. Great to see you, Poker Mindset Coach. We have K-Bin 423. Let me know. My cam is a little dark. I'm not too worried about it. You can see me, right? You can hear me okay. It's gonna brighten up because of the lights will get brighter as we go on.
Here, I put some lipstick on now. Maybe I won't look so pale.
Oh yeah? You look good.
I have my really, really red or really raspberry lipstick on. But I'm done eating my salad, so.
Nilesy's in the stream. He says,
Hey,
yo, Dutch,
Nilesy.
good luck tonight. Got knocked out of the Poker Zero League yesterday in 11th place.
Damn.
Pre-flop all-ins. My ace-king against 9s. Furious, man. Better luck next week, eh? Yep. Well, I'll be here on Wednesday playing. And then we got Saturday. And then one more on Wednesday, and that's it. 3 more shots at putting up some points.
The presents out. We should know, or the prizes. We should know.
Well, we've already sent out all the bounties up to...
yeah, but there's going to be new prizes. Come the...
Yes, there are going to be some new prizes. I'm talking to Tana tomorrow, you guys, to figure out how we're going to send out the T-shirts. JDoc02, I'm on vacation in Orlando with the wife and kids, so catch you next week.
Orlando.
I'm a little
we
jealous.
Were in
A little Disney World action, maybe, JDoc?
I wish I was in Disney World. I'm very envious.
So 413 Adam says, "Hey Dutch, I'd love for you to do some cash game reviews on Twitch."
Crazy because I was gonna actually say that exact same one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cash game reviews. Do you have like a cash game history that you wanted me to review? 413 Adam, or are you just saying you would love for me to play some cash games on Twitch?
Well, he says he doesn't play online and he likes live reviews.
I'd love to subscribe, but I don't play online. I would subscribe. Okay, I see what you're saying. Live poker.
Yes, Dutch.
Live poker reviews.
Like when you're there in front of the thing.
Like the HPT viewing parties?
You have, you did buy one of those bra things.
What are those things?
Camera bras. You can just go in and just play, you know.
You did buy one of those bra things,
or you can get one of those Progos on your head. Put it on your head.
We did buy one of those bra things.
Yeah. For your camera. You don't remember?
I did for periscoping. CMAC85 says, "Hello, Dutch. Hello, XMY. Hello, fellow poker players. Re-Ray is in the stream. Good to see you, man. Coming out with that Dutch for the win emoticon. I love it. Thank you very much for the support, Re-Rays." Poker Mindset Coach talking about, I bought my granddaughter a 40-inch Minnie Mouse. She is 9 months old and only 26 inches tall. I can't wait to see the look on her face when she gets it. Debating if she should get it for Christmas or her birthday on February 10th. So 9 months old. Is a 9-month-old little girl going to be able to appreciate a 40-inch Minnie Mouse? Do you think so?
I think you should get her a Minnie Mouse for her birthday and for Christmas. That's what
both.
I think. Yeah.
Both. There you have it, Poker Mindset Coach. And 413 Adam Niles, he hit it on the head right there. I do HPT live reviews every once in a while. I could do more of them. If you want, 413 Adam. I'd start kicking that up to once a week kind of things.
Yeah, you should start doing that once a week.
Eventually,
we've just been very busy because
run
of
out of some content.
And
the circuit,
the holiday.
WSOP circuit was just a second ago.
It's delightful. It's delicious. It's lovely.
So Wicked Nasty says, "You still live in Culver City?" No, not for a long time, Wicked Nasty. I'm Vegas. I am in Vegas now.
Like a long time.
Yeah, quite a while. Okay, pocket queens on a Jack 10-7 boards. It should still be good. Should still be good.
Queens? You just checked here. You didn't re-raise?
No, I raised.
Oh, you did raise?
I raised under the gun. Bet 2.5x. There's some hands that kind of worry me. Yeah. So Ancorp just shoving all in here. Yeah. He's just like, I'm all in. Ace Jack could be it. He could have like a hand like Ace Jack or like a Jack 9, 10 9, 10 8, 7 8. He could. He could have something like an Ace 9 of spades. You know what? We didn't come here to fold queens. King Jack we're ahead of. Not anymore. And we catch up on the river.
Oh, we did. Oh, wow.
All's well that ends well, you guys.
Good call. I mean, good luck, I guess.
It was a good call, too. It was a
luck.
good call. We were
well,
way
it was,
ahead.
Because you were ahead, yeah.
We were way ahead. 5 outs, so we had him down to 20%.
Hey, Sticky Deck.
Sticky Deck, good to see you, man.
I'm back. I had a break. Now I'm back. I'm never going to leave.
She's not leaving. She's not leaving.
Des Ben, 21-31. Dutch did not cash in the Bellagio tournament.
No. Day 4. Day 4, no cash. Got knocked out by the eventual winner, Kevin Eister. And Spadfield says, how villain-specific was the flat call pre and check fold post with pocket kings? Pretty villain-specific, Spadfield. Like, really, really villain-specific. Very villain-specific. Sticky deck. OMG, it's Exmois. Yeah, she said to me today, she said, I think maybe I'm going to be on your stream. I said, I think that'd be a good idea.
I think I'm going to take over your stream.
It's a good idea. And she says, I'm not asking.
Hey, biological
I'm not
storm.
asking. Biological Storm, good to see you, man. Money Miser says, tell us your thoughts about Kevin Eister taking down the World Poker Tour 5 Diamond. Money Miser, Kevin Eister took me down first. We played all on day one, and he was good. On day one, he had a Mad Shatter T-shirt, and the Mad Hatter was wearing a little, instead of the 10/6, it said 7/10. I didn't understand what that meant. I guess 7/10 is for daubers. So Kevin Eister, guys, if you don't know, Kevin Eister, when we started on day one was a tough table. I looked around. I had Darren Elias at my table. I had Yevgeny Timoshenko at my table. I had Darren Rybjanowicz. I had Jeremy Cottle. Had Kevin Eister. I had Brian, I want to say Pedriano. I don't know. He won a World Series of Poker bracelet winner. He's a World Series of Poker bracelet winner from, I think, last year. There were some really heavy hitters, and then there was me. I'm looking around. You know, the one that I was probably most intimidated and most afraid of at the table. I don't know if fear is the right word. Yevgeny. Oh. Yevgeny is good. Yevgeny is like scary good. Kevin was good though, you know. I mean, like I'll tell you who else was really good was Darren Elias. It was the first time I'd actually played with Darren. I'd played with Yevgeny. Actually, I played with Yevgeny in his second major tournament that he ended up winning at Bellagio, 25K.
I remember that day. I was there with you. We were at dinner break, and we were walking down by the sushi bar, and Dutch just points at him, goes, "That kid over there,
that
Michelle.
Kid right there.
He's good.
He's got more raw talent than I've ever seen in poker."
It was really awesome. Yeah, you'd never seen him before.
I just started playing with him, and he was amazingly good. I was like, wow, this guy's good. This kid is going places. He ends up winning that tournament, the 25K.
Did he win that one?
Yeah.
Oh, he did win that. No, he won.
He won that one. The 25K WPT championship event that we were playing that week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, called that one.
Well, here's the Queen's happening right now.
On day one, I don't think that I would have called Kevin Eister winning. But Kevin Eister, at our first table, was the only player who had both a bracelet and a WPT title. You know, Darren Elias, I felt, played better on day one. But Darren Elias wasn't around on day 3 or day 4 when we had our rematch. And the day 4 table draw was just sick. It was just ridiculously sick. Kevin Stamen was in seat 1. Let me make sure that I have all 8 of us here. Kevin Stamen, then there's me. There was Scott Seaver, Isaac Haxton, Tom Marchese.
That's a cool name. Marchese.
Kevin Eister, Joe Kuether, and Gomer Wynn. So that was our day 4 table draw. Everybody there is a champion. If you don't recognize those names, go on Hendon Mob. Scott Seaver has $14 million in wins. Tom Marchese, definitely an end boss. You got Kevin Eister with a WPT and a WSOP. You got Gomer Wynn with a WSOP. You got Joe Kuether, who's having a $3 million year. You have Kevin Stamen, who has a WSOP. You have me with 3 WSOP bracelets. And Isaac Haxton, who needs no introduction. So,
are you wearing your Bill Murray t-shirt?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bill Murray?
Yeah, Kay Bennett noticed.
We are gonna take over the poker room.
Something just happened. I don't have the alert up.
Danny Port subscribed for
Danny
5 months in a
Port.
row.
Danny Port, thank you so much, man. 5 months in a row. That's awesome of you. Thanks for sticking with us. Really appreciate it. So yeah, it was a tough draw. On day 3, I had played with Joe Kuether. Took a couple of shots at getting him at taking him out after he shoved against me a couple times. Both times he shoved, he actually had the best hand. Once he had pocket queens against my ace jack, and another time he had pocket queens against my pocket jacks. So I found myself a little short stacked going into day 4. But then about the fifth hand on day 4, I ended up doubling up. When Kevin Eister raised, Gomer Wynn called, and I found out I had pocket tens in the big blind with 19 bigs. Enlightened Rage subbing for 6 months in a row. Enlightened Rage, thank you so much for sticking with us, man. Thank you very much for keeping this stream going. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Enlightened Rage, keeping the Twitch stream alive. So I shoved for 19 bigs. I guess it was 18 at that point. And no, I didn't get through because Gomer Wynn decided to give me a call with his 9s. My 10s held up, and I'm back in the race basically with 150,000. 160,000, I think, after that point. After that hand, I get into a small blind, big blind confrontation with Scott Seaver that ends up with me c-betting, him calling, and me check folding on the turn. So it is with ace rag when you miss. And then 3 hands later, I'm in the hijack. Everyone folds to me. I raise with ace jack of diamonds. Kevin Eister decides to defend with 9-5 of clubs. The flop comes out 9-9-2 with 2 diamonds. He checks. I fire up my c-bet. He check raises to 25,000. So I had made it 9,000 pre-flop, 9,000 on the c-bet. He makes it 25,000. And I shove. I look down and I realize I don't really have a good plan here. If I make the call, then on the turn, if I miss, I'm going to get blown off my hand. I think that I'm ahead of his pocket pair. I don't think that he has a 9. He could definitely have a 9. He could easily have a 9. He could have a 9-10. He could have jack 9. He could have 9-5. But I also think that he could have a pocket pair where he is a slight dog. I think that's probably more likely. I think that it's also somewhat likely that he has absolute air and is check raising me on a polarizing board, thinking that I have overcards, which I do. But I also have a flush draw to go with my overcards, so I'm actually ahead of his air. I'm ahead of his pocket pairs, unless they're bigger than a jack. And I'm ahead of his 2s, if he has like a 2-3, 2-4 suited, something like that. If he has ace deuce, then I'm not ahead of that. But it's going to be close because I'm going to have 12 outs. So I'm counting on, worst case scenario is I know I have 9 outs because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have 2s full. He could have 2s full and I'm just done. But I don't, I feel like I have a decent hand. I'm not going to fold. But what I don't have is a decent plan post-flop if I call. I realize this. I'm like, he could have a flush draw too. I don't really want to lose him here. If he has a flush draw, I don't think he check raises though, but he might. Who knows? My head kind of explodes, and I do what is the easiest thing to do. I decide to go ahead and just shove. I look down at my stack. I realize that if I raise, I'm pot committing myself. Making a normal raise of somewhere around 60, 70,000 leaves me with 30, 40,000 behind. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I decide if he has a pocket pair, I'm going to be fine with him just folding. And if he doesn't fold, I'm going to be fine with running out and getting a diamond or a jack or an ace. If he has a 9, then I'm in trouble. He's never folding a 9. But I can catch up. So let's get it in there. I think he had me covered by about 20,000. 20,000. So if he doesn't survive that confrontation, he's out the door. He's out the door.
Door? Dough.
The
He's
door.
out the dough. Okay.
But he does survive. He dodges the 9-outer. The ace comes on the turn, so now he has to dodge even more outs. But his
Meow
bark
barks
moo.
moo. Meow
Meow bark moo. We have a new subscriber.
Meow.
Meow bark moo. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel.
Yay.
Really appreciate you being here and supporting the stream. Meow bark moo. Tell you what, we're gonna send you out some cool stuff too for subscribing. I'm gonna send you out a digital copy of my book, Poker Tilt. DRM free. Oh my gosh,
What is
Money
that?
Miser just
What does that
donated $10.
Oh my
Money
gosh.
Miser, thank you very much for the donation. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you too, Money Miser.
Merry Christmas.
Poker Tilt, DRM free, coming to you, Meow Bark Moo.
Bark.
And
you have to go like this. Meow. Woof. Moo. That's how you're supposed to do it.
is that how we're supposed to pronounce that username?
Yes, I forgot. Duh.
We're also going to send over a couple of fist bump patches to you. So check your Twitch message box for the welcome email. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. I guess I didn't actually have 9 outs, right? Because if a 5 of diamonds comes, it fills him up. And he's got redraws, so I'm not really in good shape there against the trip 9s. That's like the worst case scenario for me, apart from a made full house already. We got E James 5 keeping his subscription going. Thank you very much, E James 5.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Moo.
Really appreciate it. 3 months in a row. That's awesome of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, that is awesome. It's pimpin'.
Pimpin'. That is pimpin', E James.
Pimpin' ain't easy. Well, E. James, are you the one that wanted to? Are you going to climb Mount Everest? I'm just curious because there was someone that was talking about climbing Mount Everest or planning to.
Was
right?
it E. James 5?
I think it might have been.
It might have been, right?
Yeah. We just saw Everest.
Yeah, we just saw that.
But no
movie,
spoilers,
Everest.
Dutch. No spoilers.
It's based on a true story. I'll tell you what. Based on a true story about a bunch of mountain climbers.
It's really good.
I mean, the premise itself is kind of spoiling what happens, right? Just suffice it to say, it doesn't end well for everybody. Oh, man. What a tearjerker. What a tearjerker. Pocket jacks against Wonka paper. That's a pretty good hand. It's a pretty good hand. I play the poker. It's good to see you. It says Kuther is a beast. Kuther is a beast. He is. He is that. Let's go for a little 800 raise. We could call here. We could call and try to induce a squeeze by Black Barbie. We could. It also hides our range a little bit. You know, it underrepresents our hand, so a lot of times we're able to get more chips out of it's Mr. Trifle or Black Barbie or Wonka paper. But you know what? This is fine too. Making a little 2.5x raise. Just taking it down is okay as well. Probably well ahead, but I don't think that it's Mr. Trifle is going to just auto fold any pocket pair. So he probably had some overcards that would have kind of sucked if it came out. And Team Ivy Support says, "Hey Dutch, be careful. That could be the
I was just gonna
Dan Heimiller,
and it is right.
It is.
Yes, it is. I was gonna
It
send a
could
picture.
be.
I have a picture of us
It is.
from Christmas. Let me see if I can find my Christmas one. I was gonna put my little.
And Shiva's USA
Reddit.
Poker, yeah, indeed, yes, indeed. Kevin Eister was wearing the Mad Shatter T-shirt for the 710 thread pins, which are daubing pins, right? So it's for weed concentrate. Guess he's a dauber.
Who's a dauber?
Kevin Eister.
Oh, I thought you meant
And
Ken Highmiller.
If you look at 710, I guess the idea is if you turn it around, it spells oil. OIL. So the daubers have made July 10th like the official dauber day. Kind of like how April 20th is like official, pothead day. July 10th is the official pot dauber day. And I guess it makes sense. Kevin Eister owning a food truck up in Denver. So he used to be in Louisiana. Now he lives up there in Colorado. What sparked the move to Colorado there, Kevin? Oh, well, I wanted to make a food truck up there. Really? Okay. But, yeah, he was pretty good. Looking back on that hand, maybe I just call when you check raises. Maybe that's okay to do. Maybe it's also okay to just check back. But I just felt like checking back didn't feel right. I felt like I was so far ahead of his range. I might as well try to extract some chips out of him. When he check raised, all of a sudden his range starts shrinking up, and yeah, I don't know. I think my mistake was thinking, if I don't have a very good plan, if he check raises, if I don't have a good plan for that, if I don't have a good reaction for the check raise, then I probably shouldn't have opened myself up to that, to that move. And so maybe because I don't have a good plan for a check raise on the flop, maybe the move would have been just a check back on the flop. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong, especially when you have ace jack of diamonds and it comes 9-9-2, 2 diamonds, to just check back on that flop. That does not feel like the right move. But given that I didn't have a very good plan for a check raise, then maybe that was the right move. I don't know. CMAC85 says, Dutch, tell us about Billy Baxter. Tell us about Billy Baxter. Billy Baxter took out everybody at my day 3 table. Freddie Deeb, John Hennigan, Lonnie Harwood. He just crippled everybody. Now, he didn't actually do the dirty work when it came to some of these guys. But he took a lot of chips. He took a lot of chips from Lonnie. Yeah. Maybe not, actually. Now come to think of it, he might have actually doubled Lonnie up. And then Lonnie lost to Millard Hale, the third, out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. But he did eliminate John Hennigan with pocket queens versus John Hennigan's pocket fours on a 6-3-2 board. So John Hennigan, thinking he had at least 6 outs, and felt like Billy Baxter was just putting a move on him. To think that Billy Baxter doesn't have a move in him is way off. The guy is old, but he doesn't play old. He plays like he's very familiar with big bet poker. I mean, all 7 of his bracelets, most of them are in deuces 7 single draw no limit, which is all about knowing whether your guy is going to call or fold. That's all it is. All it is knowing how much you can get from a guy when you're ahead and how much you have to bet to get him to fold when you're behind. And Baxter was amazingly good at that. He was really good. Once he got up to about 300,000, he was so good at just putting on the screws and putting on the pressure, really giving somebody the impression that if they called a bet on the flop, they were going to have to keep on calling, and this guy was going to send them home. I pretty much stayed out of his way, to tell you the truth. There was one hand that I think that we played together where a guy where a guy raised his big blind. I 3-bet with like a 10-4 offsuit, and Billy Baxter 4-bet to 48,000. So it went like 4,500, 11,000 to Billy Baxter 45,000, and it was Millard Hale who had opened. He folded. I snap folded too. I'm not gonna do anything with that hand. And it made me think. I wonder. I mean, did Billy actually have a hand, or did he just know that I didn't? I don't know. 7 bracelets.
Yeah, it seems amazing.
Smoky Gaming. It's dab, but not dob.
Dib.
You know what? I think it's still early enough that it could go either way, Smoky.
Yeah, it's dabbing. It's dabbing.
It's not dobbing?
Dutch. Yeah, I don't know where we don't dob or dab.
Yeah. Give it a few years.
You just Dutch. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Dutch.
Okay, it's Mr. Trifle making that open limp. We'll go ahead and give it the raise. But yes, dabbing.
Dabbing
Token. like a bingo card, right?
Yeah, so it's like bingoing. Say it right, Dutch. Say it right.
So E. James 5 talking about that Everest movie based on the Rob Hall 1996 expedition. It's pretty interesting, E. James 5. I mean,
he's read the book and watched it several times.
When it comes to climbing, you could. It doesn't really matter if you know what you're doing or not. It's like it's just inherently dangerous. Where
there's all kinds of unpredictable things that can happen.
Yeah, completely unpredictable.
Like dying.
Like dying.
Or freezing.
Yeah.
Freezing, dying. I'm trying to find my Dan Highmiller picture from Christmas last year. I can't find it. I wanted to show it off. Let's see. Christmas. Where can you be?
We have Dog Mile on the stream. Good to see you, Dog Mile. We also have Vice Chick. Great to see you, Vice Chick. She's complimenting your hair bow.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chick.
Yep.
9 Iron. Did you fill out a form? You should. If you filled out a form, we sent those out. I don't know if anyone's been. Have you seen the form as of late, Dutch?
Which form?
The form to send out patches. The patch form.
I haven't looked at it for a couple weeks. A little bit behind on that patch form. Let me see if you're on it.
Yeah, he just subbed. Remember yesterday?
9 Iron 12?
He just resubbed. He wasn't subbed, then he just resubbed again. So yes.
Okay, let me take a look and see if you're on that spreadsheet really quick.
I can send him an email right now about it. You know, I thought he already had the info, but I'll send it again. If I find my stuff, though, first. Maybe it's in this one.
Yeah, because, I don't see it on the...
yeah, you know what?
I don't see it on the
I think it's because when we...
spreadsheet.
I guess I don't have it on here. This Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away.
Yeah, 9 Iron 12.
I
I'm
will
not seeing you
send
on that spreadsheet. So
I'll resend.
Michelle's sending over a new link for you to fill out that Google Forms with your username and mailing address.
Yeah, I think I didn't send him one originally because I thought he already had the stuff. I apologize for that, 9-iron. That is my bad.
And Re-Ray says, even if you check back, ace on the turn, I feel like you go broke there either way.
Resend.
I mean, probably not. Probably not. If the ace, if I checked back on the flop, and the pot's going to be about 20,000, and I have 150,000 in front of me, it's going to be hard for Kevin Eister to get all of the chips from me at that point. Where the ace comes on the turn, if he checks and I fire out a bet of 9,000 and he raises to 25 and I call, then the river comes and he fires out another 25, maybe 30,000 and I call. Or, he fires out on the turn and I call, and he fires out on the river and I call. That's probably how the line would have went out if I checked back. I don't think I get knocked out if I check back. The only way that I get knocked out if I check back is if the turn or the river gives me the nut flush and fills him up. So Dan Highmiller taking back-to-back hands here. What are we doing? 22 out of 79? Not a bad start for a late red, you guys.
Okay.
Captain Wesker says, what are you drinking tonight? A little bit of coffee. Also a little bit of Blue Machine Naked Smoothie Juice.
Naked kind.
I felt myself getting sick.
Is that why you started drinking it? That makes sense.
Tell you what was kind of funny was on day one, Darren Rabanowitz. Is that how you say his name?
The guy that was sick the whole time?
Let me see what his name is.
We are gonna take over the poker world.
Captain Wesker.
Yay.
Captain Wesker, 4 months in a row. Thank you very much for being here, Captain Wesker. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much for keeping the stream going. Rabinowitz.
Rabinowitz, I say it.
Darren Rabinowitz.
Oh, you're way off.
Who is, let me get a good picture of him. It's a good picture of Darren, but it's small. Let me see if I can get a bigger picture of Darren. It's not so small.
Nature is unpredictable.
Here's a picture of Darren Rabinowitz. He was in my Table 1 draw. There he is, taking first place event number 5, WSOP Circuit Ring. He's from Mercer Island, Washington. Am I saying that right? Mercer Island? Is there a Mercer Island in Washington? You would know better than I would, right, Michelle?
Huh? Yeah.
Yes. So that's where he's from. All of day one. Oh my gosh, just Yevgeny sits down next to him. And Darren is just like right next to Yevgeny. And you can see every single time Darren coughs, Yevgeny's getting just more tilted and more tilted. He starts like holding his like this.
It's fucked up, dude. You shouldn't play tournaments when you're sick like that.
And then Darren is just dying at the table. He's like, oh, I raise.
Raise.
Yevgeny is like, maybe you shouldn't have played. He's like, I wouldn't have played, but except it's the main event.
Oh, God. Sounds awful.
And Yevgeny's like, it's not the main event. It's a main event.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
It's a main event. Oh, poor guy. That sucks.
And Darren, he looks at him and goes, fuck off.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
Seriously. That's what he said.
Fuck off. Jesus.
Oh, my gosh. And then there was this guy, what's his name? Let me look at the chip counts. I can tell you his name. Let me see. WPT. World Poker Tour, 5 Diamond, live updates, chip counts at the end of, we'll say chip counts at the end of day 1.
It's so weird. I can't find my Christmas pictures from last year.
All right, I'll tell you my favorite moment from the tournament. Seattle Pro says, just boarded the plane back to Seattle. They're telling me to turn off the stream. Didn't realize this was a TSA rule. Sorry to hear it. Sorry to hear it, Seattle Pro. Okay, let me get this guy's name. What was his name? Steve Buckner. You guys know who Steve Buckner is? Steve Buckner. If you guys have ever played with him, you would remember him. Let me go ahead and get a good picture of Steve Buckner. Steve Buckner Poker. Little ace jack suited, my favorite hand. Make a little 500 action right here against Wonka Paper and Ass Baller. And let's get this Steve Buckner video going. Is that Kimberly Lansing? I think it is.
Steve Buckner. What's going on, Steve?
I don't know. I drew the toughest table in the first 2 days.
Tell everyone about your table. It's crazy.
Ted Forrest, Yvonne Kahn, Barry Greenstein,
Jared Hamby.
I mean, out of the 2 days, out of 664 players, I drew the toughest table. I cannot be at a worse table to try to accumulate chips.
Right?
So it's been a grind.
It's been a grind. I have 23,000, 24,000 chips.
Now, did these guys push you around?
No, that's not. I'm not afraid. It's just that I'm not flopping anything.
Okay.
And when I flopped a set of 9s with an ace on the board, I had no action.
Well, that makes it tough.
Flopped a set of 2s, I got paid off a little bit, but nothing. They're not the big boys. Are not in my hands. They'll pay me off because they can't put me on a hand. But it's just been difficult.
Yeah.
Today, I'm just looking to really make it through today because first you can't win it today. You know, I've got accumulated chips in a lot of WPT tournaments early, and then donking them off, and got unlucky, obviously, in a lot of tournaments too. But today, I cannot believe what a position to be in the first day.
Yeah.
And I don't mind playing against them. I'm not scared. It's just,
Missouri and last year.
I have to tell you, it was really exciting when I first saw you sitting at that table because we've got a big-time personality here amongst a lot of people who can be quiet, take it seriously. I know you take it seriously as well, but are you showing that?
I've been very quiet. No, I haven't.
You haven't said one time. You haven't done any of your
none of my stick. Yeah, it's going to happen. Mike and I promised each other that we're going to be a little quiet today and play poker.
You and Mataso had a discussion.
Yeah, early.
So this is Steve Buckner here. Let's see another little more.
Hi.
How are you?
You miss me?
Oh, I miss you so much.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
How have you been? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
You know,
Good to be seen.
Well, I'll tell you, some things just don't change. I was standing over there
Where?
when you won your big pot with the one time.
Yeah, but you have no. Yeah, it was a very, very interesting.
Tell everyone
Just before the break, it was the last hand. I was on the big blind. I raised. Small blind re-raises. I flat. Flop comes deuce 5-5. I have queen 9 off. I have nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
He bets 5,000. I make it 12,000. On the turn comes the 6 of spade, nothing. I check, he checks. On the river is a 9 of heart. I throw out 15,000. He snap calls me with 2 sevens, jumps up out of his chair and says, "You got me on the river." So now he's on tilt. The first hand back.
Okay.
First hand back.
That's not a good day to start. That's not a good way to start the day.
I told
For
you.
him,
I told.
you.
I don't even remember now. I'm trying to remember the hand that I got him on tilt. Okay, ready? Raise.
I'm ready,
re-raise.
Steve.
I re-raise him. He shoves all in. I snap calling with king jack. He turns over 2 9s. Flop jack. Turn.
Okay, so that's Steve Buckner. We got Chris Mott subbing 8 months in a row. Thank you very much, Chris, for keeping the stream going. Thank you very much. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and really appreciate you keeping that, sticking with us, keeping that sub going. So Steve Buckner is right next to us, you guys, and Steve is always like, "Hey, cuz, hey, what's up, cuz?" He calls everybody cuz, and just in case you didn't know that, he said that at the table. He's like, "Yeah, I call everybody cuz. That's just what I do. I call you cuz. I'm just gonna call everybody cuz. That's what I do. I call everybody cuz." That's what he actually said. And so he calls everybody cuz. It's his new thing. And he has someone on the rail. "Hey, cuz." He's like, "Yeah, what's up, cuz?" He's like, "Cuz, did you need I got you a water, cuz." He's like, "Oh, I'll get it later, cuz." Just back and forth with the cuz. Evgeny is every single time he says cuz, he's kind of cracking up a little bit more. He's just like cracking up a little bit more.
This was your favorite moment?
Now Steve Buckner is right next to Darren Rabinowitz.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, I actually know Steve Buckner. He was staying with Fishman for a week a few years ago, and I went over to Fishman's place to do a little bit of Sunday grinding. Steve Buckner was there. "Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you, cuz. Nice to meet you, cuz."
He was doing it then too?
Oh yeah.
So he's always done it.
He's always done it.
So it's not a new thing this year.
It's not a new thing this year. He's just this is him. So he goes to remember. He's very loud, right? He'll shout at you even if you're like in a very small room. And he's just kind of one of those. He's almost like a cartoon character. Okay.
Animated, that's what they call it, right?
It's very animated. Very animated, and it's just like larger than life. Like if someone, it's almost like he's doing a parody of someone else. So he goes, he has to use the bathroom. He leaves, and I'm like, "Who is that guy?" This guy's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it."
Wait, you said who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that guy? Don't worry about it.
You said who's that guy?
That's what I said. Yes.
You didn't recognize.
I didn't know who he was. I didn't know why he was here. This is over at Fishman's.
Oh, Fish. Oh,
this is 5-6 years ago.
This is flashback.
Flashback. Okay. And then all of a sudden, he's using the bathroom. We hear this big crash. Huge crash in the bathroom. And then just swearing. Just swearing in the bathroom. Scott kind of looks at me. I kind of look at him. What's going on in there? I don't know. So that was my first and last impression of Steve Buckner until fast forward to this tournament. He looks over. He's like, "Cuz, I didn't even recognize you," and I didn't know if he was talking about me or not. I had my hoodie up, he's sitting here and like, give him one of these. And he goes, "I knew that was you, Dutch. I didn't even recognize you, cuz." It's like, "Yeah, you remember me, right?" "Yeah." He's like, "You remember we were over at Fish's place 5 years ago?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I do. I actually do. I do." So he's right next to Darren Rabinowitz, and Darren is like, "Cuz, let me tell you what you gotta do, cuz, is get a little thing of Jaeger and a big glass of honey. Drink them both down. I guarantee you will not be coughing. Go get the girl to get you a little bit of coffee, a little bit of Jaeger. I guarantee you. And Darren's like, okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll keep it in mind. He's like, no, don't keep it in mind. Do it. I guarantee it, cuz. Here, let me get it from you. He gets up, right? He runs over to the sports book. He comes back. He comes back with a shot of Jaeger and another shot filled with honey. He puts it down. He's like, there, drink this and then drink this. I guarantee you no more coughing for the rest of the day. I guarantee it. Thanks, man. I guarantee it, cuz. He sits down. And Darren's kind of looking. Darren was actually in the middle of a hand while he came over, right? With his two. And Darren looks down. He takes a sigh, and I look at him. I go, I said, no, Darren, this story ends with you waking up tomorrow sore and poor, no idea what happened. The whole table starts laughing, and Buckner comes by. He's like, what's going on? Why is everybody laughing? And Jeremy Cottle's like, oh, nothing. No, what's going on? And like his reaction is actually like making everybody even more like laughing. And Cottle's like, oh, Dutch just said that you probably roofied him. You're a sick man, Dutch. You're a sick man. You're a sicko, cuz. I would never. No, I went back to that place called the Well. That's what they call it. They call it the Well. You know that little place where the cocktail waitresses go right between the bathrooms, cuz? That's where I went in. I said, my friend is sick. I need to get a shot of Jaeger and a shot of honey for my friend so he doesn't cough anymore. And I guarantee it, if you take that, cuz, you will not be coughing for the rest of the day. I guarantee it. Anyway, Darren Rabanowitz finally goes, takes a shot. And it works for about 7 minutes.
Did work.
About 7 minutes.
Okay.
3 hands later, he's back to his old coughing ways. And Steve Buckner says, he hears him cough. He's like, did you try the shots? He's like, yeah, I tried it. He's like, oh, sorry, cuz. I thought that would work. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Steve Buckner and Darren Urbanowitz.
Does he not like you now, though?
No, he loves me.
Okay, because he called you sick, Dutch. A sick person.
Yeah, he said it so adamantly too. I was starting to get a little offended. Okay, let's go ahead and make the raise here. I wonder what Wonka Paper had against our ace jack suited when we raised, and he just shoved all in from the big blind. Just shoved. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and give him credit for having a hand there. Feels good, man. Decides to open just to make the call. And you know, this is not the flop for us, guys. Queen, it's going to be pretty hard for us to actually represent anything here. So let's just check fold. We're done with it. Feels good, man. Is going to continue with the hand if he's got any sort of pocket pair. If he had a bigger ace than us, ace, jack, ace, king, is going to continue. If he didn't have a bigger ace than us, then the queen probably hit his hand. So just done with it. We don't often check fold when we have the pre-flop initiative, but sometimes we do. And that's a situation right there where I think the check fold is the right move. You know what else is going on, guys? Is a $7,500 re-entry Deepstack event number 7 right now. I think that late reg ends in 4 minutes, and I think I want to get in on that. So here we go. I'm going to have this as a little bit of a backup tournament. 44 out of 51 remaining right now. Wow. 10,000 chips in this. We got Castor at my table, B. Shriver at my table. You guys want to see it? There it is. And I'll tell you what, I'll kind of switch back and forth between those two tournaments. The main tournament though for today though is this 20K guaranteed. Hashtag Schwagyo in the stream. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And 912 says, if you like the Everest movie, you have to watch Touching the Void. It's amazing. Touching the Void, is that the documentary where it's the documentary that's kind of like a replay? Is that what that was? Touching the Void, IMDb. Two men's thrilling, the true story of two climbers in their perilous journey up the west face of Sula Grande. if I remember this right, it was like a documentary, but it was like a reenactment of a documentary.
Did you watch it? Did you watch it?
I have.
No, I haven't watched
I
it.
have seen it. It's really it's really it's horrible. It's horrible, and
A horrible movie or horribly sad?
it's horribly sad, but it's a great movie. It's a great movie. Look, pretty much it's a true story, right?
Okay.
Mid '80s, and pretty
Horrible,
much
sad movies.
every climbing movie now. If there's a rock climbing movie, there just has to be a scene where like one guy is hanging from a rope and the other guy is like trying to keep him, and the other guy's like, just cut the rope, let me drop, just let me drop. And the other guy's like, no, I'll never let you drop. He's like, just let me drop, man. And then sometimes what will happen is like the guy who's like hanging from the rope will cut his own rope to save his friend. You know that? Have you ever seen a scene like that, Michelle?
I tend not to watch. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, of course.
Well, that cliche scene, that generic cliche scene plays out because it's actually based on a true scene that really happened in real life back in the 80s.
Aw.
Touching the Void is the documentary.
Oh, it's a documentary then. So
It's a reenactment it's a weird, if I remember Touching the Void, it's like a reenactment kind of thing where it's a documentary, but there's also some staged things, but it's based on the true story of these two guys.
That sounds pretty interesting.
It is. Since it's 12 years old, I don't really think that, I'm not going to spoil it any more than I have. Just know that little cut the rope and save yourself. No, man, I never will. Cut the rope, man. No, then I'll cut the rope. That little scene is based on that situation. I'm sure that's happened before too. I'm sure it's like that's probably like super common. Like if you go climbing, if you go climb like a big mountain, I would say maybe like 60-70% of the time you're going to be faced with a situation where you have like your best friend dangling from a rope.
So I should always carry a knife with me when I
you have
go
to.
hiking.
That's right.
Because you usually just carry the knife.
You know
Now
what?
I know.
I actually feel
Now
like
I
Michelle
know.
would be real quick to cut my rope. Real
Bye,
quick.
Dutch.
I'd be like, cut the rope and save yourself.
Okay.
Michelle said,
Okay.
okay. Cut the rope and save yourself.
That's right. That's right.
Guys, we're going to be
You know
back
me
in
all
4
too
minutes
well.
and 17 seconds. You guys are awesome. We'll be right back. We're back. 3 seconds left to go. Big shout out to Iceman Kiwi.
And Weeman61 from Scotland.
And Weeman61. How are you doing, man?
We should go to Scotland.
Hello from Scotland, he says. Hello back. Hello back. One of our favorite people here on the stream is from Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, yes.
Edinburgh. Yogscast's own Nilesy. You might know him, Weeman, because he's
one of the most famous,
one of the most influential Scots, according to
YouTubers.
According to the big Scot newspaper out there. Great stream, by the way, you guys. Great stream. I'm pretty sure the Yogscast is still going with their Humble Bundle drive. Let me make sure. If you guys have never checked out Nilesy's stream, just you really owe it to yourself to stop what you're doing right now. Go ahead and navigate.
And he has a new emoticon, and there's going to be more cats coming.
More cats coming. Go over to twitch.tv/Nilesy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Get notified when he goes live because it is the best. It is the best stream I've ever seen on Twitch. It really is. It is so funny. It cheers me up every single time I watch it. I wish that he would stream more. I really wish that it would be a more regular thing. You owe it to the world, Nilesy.
He does stream regularly. We're just sleeping or something. He streams.
No.
Yes, he streams like Mondays.
I think it's a little more rare than I would like to see. I feel like Nilesy owes it to the world to stream.
I feel like we're sleeping by the time, but we need to
16-hour days.
I need to get better notifications, like all my this stuff.
6 days a week.
I got a cell phone, so I gotta try to make it work.
You can have one day for yourself, Nilesy.
How they work.
But you owe it to humanity. Oh my gosh.
How do you use cell phone? Oh wait, shit. How do I delete? How do I delete your messenger on here? Because
I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing?
I'm reading Flatfish. It says too funny. Cut the rope and save yourself.
Goodbye. Where's the money?
Baby, I need you to cut the rope and save yourself. Oh man. So we just got moved to a new, hopefully easier table. Looking around, though, we do recognize some people. We got Paul DeWald, which is always a tough competitor. Right now, I'm pretty sure he's still front runner for wsop.com Online Poker Player of the Year. And I think Paul DeWald, I think that he might be doing some Twitch streaming after the new year, after he's done with his 20 tables at a time with his quest to get that wsop.com Player of the Year. I think that he's told me in private, in confidence. He said, "I don't want you to tell anybody else, but I think I might be doing some Twitch streaming after the new year." And I said, "I promise you, I won't say a word, and would love to have you on Twitch." So you might be seeing some of Paul DeWald, who he has a pretty strong poker pedigree, to tell you the truth, guys. He was roommates at one point with Butters, roommates at one point with Will Givens, and you know how poker players kind of come up in packs. Well,
wait, he was a roommate with Will?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, he was indeed Will Givens, who's one of the stronger bracelet winners I've played with in recent memory.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He was at my final table for my bracelet number 3. He came in 4th after his Ace King got crushed against Ace 9 all in pre-flop. When I was looking around at the table, I mean there were some legit guys there, but Will was the only one that I was like, man, I'm really worried about this guy.
Oh yeah, I remember.
This guy, he might win this bracelet, and he might outplay the shit out of me.
But he did win. He won the next day, like the next tournament that he played.
That was what was so amazing.
He won the next.
So
one.
he gets 4th place in that event, and I'm like,
well, you looked
good
at
luck,
his results.
Will.
He was an online person, an online player.
He was legit,
and he had just won a bunch of online tournaments. But then Black Friday hit, and he then started playing live.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
was ready. He was hungry. And I was like, oh, you know what? He's going to win some. He'll win something big soon. He'll win a bracelet one day. I didn't think it was going to be the next week. So he ends up winning the very next 1K event, which is just incredible. He's so good. So yeah, Will Givens and Paul DeWald used to be roommates up in Colorado.
Oh,
Colorado.
Wow.
Before Black Friday. I imagine that Paul Daywald was probably right there on his rail when he took down not only his bracelet this last summer, but he took down the big 750K guarantee on Full Tilt, and then the very next night took down the 1K Monday on Stars or Full Tilt. I can't remember one or the other. So he had a weekend where he made $500,000. It was sick, like back-to-back wins. I think we're gonna just give that one up. Extreme 168. I've got some notes on Extreme, but 7-4 offsuit I don't really think is the kind of hand that I mean, it looks like a good spot.
We are gonna like take over the bunker.
It does look like a good spot. Look at that. We got the nuts. 5 months in a row. Got the nuts. Thank you so much for supporting the stream and keeping this thing going. Really appreciate you. Got the nuts. And thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking with us. It's pretty tempting. It's always tempting to make a little squeeze against an open limper like that. I hate those open limps.
Do they move you again? Oh, no, I see you.
I am at a new table.
Yeah,
Don't have one with the papers.
You're right.
Betting me anymore.
So Dog Miles, friends, 9-year-old, just played shoot the puck at the National Hockey League Blackhawks game and almost made it. Don't they have a hockey team coming here to Vegas soon, Dutch? Or are they here yet? We should go see a game. Hockey's fun.
That's pretty cool, Dog Mile.
Yeah, it is really cool. Do they win if they get it? If they go in there?
She probably would have won like $1 million.
Oh, damn. No, it's probably like tickets or something.
What would she have won? A college education, a college scholarship. Now she doesn't get to go to college.
Aww.
What would she have won? What would she have won, Dog Mile, if she scored?
Okay, I gotta clean up my... I have a lot of nonsense on my computer here.
Little 2-3 suited, good enough. 560 plus 140. We're looking at. Actually, I think we're at 680 these days, right? Tapering down a little bit more. Yes, we are, because it's weird going from 700 to 700. What do you think, Extreme? Pretty wet board. Done with it. You know, if Extreme has like pocket 9s or pocket like 8s or pocket 7s or pocket 4s or pocket 3s or pocket 2s, how you get them to fold right here? Let's go for it. A little half pot. And we get through with the best hand.
Stephen Rushing. Hello, Rushing, Stephen.
Stephen Rushing, how you doing, man? Good to see you, Stephen.
Now that we have our passports, we should probably try to get to Canada this in January, maybe. I'm thinking that for my birthday, we can drive up to Washington and then drive to Canada, Dutch.
I don't want to drive to Washington.
Why?
We could fly.
We should drive so you can bring your computer so you can Twitch. Dutch. So when you go to Canada. That's the logic behind that. Plus, I want to bring my little daughter.
Such a long drive.
It's not a bad drive, though.
It's okay.
It'll be an I have a new camera. We can take pictures of the scenery, look at cows. Be awesome.
If we do, We'll have to go. We'll have to go up the.
We'll go down up the scenic route.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
By the coast,
like
I
Eureka.
Guess. Yeah.
The Eureka route. Poker Mindset Coach says, did you play with Kate Hall? From what I understand, this is her 4th WPT, 4 cashes, and 2 were final tables. I don't think that is actually right, but she did make the final table, Poker Mindset Coach. I think this was her first WPT final table, though. You could easily be right. I don't really follow her career. I do follow her on Twitter, though, just because it's quite the drama show. Recently, she
was she the one that was attacking dude?
Yeah. Attacking Negreanu. Basically, I'm surprised that she was allowed to play the WPT.
Hijacked his.
I'm surprised that she didn't get fired from poker for some of the things she said to Negreanu on Twitter. I've never seen Negreanu cry over a mean thing that someone tweeted to him, but I think that this might have been. I mean, it was like she hates Negreanu. She hates him. She hates him and made no secret about it. Well, that was fun. That was a fun hand. I felt really good about it for a second. Not anymore. Paul Daywald making a 3x. I'll come along for the ride. 10-4-4 against Legion of Boom and Paul Daywald.
I hope you have 4 ace.
I have King Queen.
Aww.
Why wouldn't you root for pocket 10s or ace 4 or maybe a 10-4?
I like 4. I like what I wanted.
Ace 4 would be good.
That's what I was thinking, Dutch.
So hey, hashtag Schwagio. The Twitch Poker League is still going. There's 3 more events. Still anybody's game, but you'd probably have to put up a win, a second, and a third to overcome Seattle Pro right now, who I'm pretty sure is in top, who was in front of Dr. Swisher. I haven't updated the points for about a week. You can go on my Twitter at Dutch Boyd, and the pinned tweet is to the points totals and the event results. But there are 3 more events for the Twitch Poker League Season 1. And I imagine that we're probably going to do another season. I imagine that it's probably not going to be the last time that we do a home game. But I'm probably going to take about a month off and try to kind of regroup, get some more prize support. Just kind of reflect and see how it went. That's the plan. Well, let's go ahead and make the call here with our 9-2 offsuit, getting 10-1 to straight pot odds. Part of me wants to go ahead and just squeeze, but I just feel like we're not going to get through Paul Daywald. I think that we might be able to get through Timmy, might be able to get through Tizzy, but I feel like Paul watches our game enough. He knows our game well enough to know that it's so tempting. So I don't think that we get through him if we fire out 800 pre-flop. I think that he's probably going to take his position and take his knowledge of our game and say, you know what, Dutch, stuff it. You're going to have to see 3 cards, and you're going to have to play out of position with wsop.com Player of the Year, and that's not really a situation I want to be in. So although it looks like a good spot, it's not really a good spot. Oh.
Why are you being so quiet there? Typing so heartily.
JPEGs, good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, 560. We're going with that 680 opening amount. Wait for it to get to that trailing digit. JPEG says, a really nice compliment. Really nice compliment. He says, hello, Dutch. How are you, my man? You are probably my best streamer, and by far. Love you, man. PCE. Peace. JPEGs, I hope they have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for being here.
Nick, your mom says, Happy Christmas to everyone. Dutch boy, love your stories. You and Michelle make me smile.
I Nuke your mom. Great to see you. And I hope they have a Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays and happy other holidays. Happy New Year. Guys. Happy.
So, WeeMan61 says, hi, Dutch, Scotland here again. WeeMan, we gave you the shout out about 5-6 minutes ago.
Yes, do we have to do it again?
We got to do it again.
WeeMan.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, dude.
And thank you very much for being here on the stream. I'm tired of Timmy. Timmy T, I'm tired of you open limping. I'm going to go ahead and try to take it down right here. Making it 700 plus the open limp. It's just too tempting. And we've got ace 3, which actually figures to be ahead of Timmy T's limping range. So let's try to isolate Timmy T. Let's let him go ahead and miss the flop. And let's take it 66% of the time when he checks and folds to our RC bet. Instead, the Surrealist says, you know what? No, sir. I'm going to go ahead and make it 3,600. 3.6 times your raise, Dutch. That's what I'm going to do. You're going to make it 1,000. I'm going to make it 3,600 with my ace king because I'm afraid of seeing a flop. Okay, the Surrealist. You got it. You've got it. Okay.
Gonna make you money. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I have to be back. June, where are you?
So, Monster Yoda 99 with a strategy question. And I'm not really sure if I understand the strategy question, Monster Yoda. You're saying double bubble. I'm not sure what that means. You have 14 big blinds with 3 people below me. Do I shove pocket 8s on the button with a chip leader with 4 times my stack in the big blind? So I'm not really quite sure what you mean by double bubble. Maybe you mean that there's 2 people left before you hit the bubble. I don't know. 14 bigs with 3 people below me. Do I shove pocket 8s on the button with a chip leader with 4 times my stack in the big blind? I don't really think that having the chip leader in the big blind matters so much. I mean, it doesn't matter how big of a stack he's got. 14 big blinds is still 14 big blinds. He's not going to want to just donate that. So I don't think he's going to, I don't really think that the fact that he's chip leader or slightly ahead of you really matters that much. If you make the shove, you're probably not going to get called unless he has like an ace king, maybe ace queen, a bigger pocket pair than you. So the question is pocket 8s a good enough hand where it's going to change your default behavior? The default behavior there would be to fold, right? I don't really know, man. I don't really think that. Well, I have no idea what to do here. So the ace comes, and if CU Joe 85 or Get Jesus was playing like an ace jack with an ace of diamonds, they just caught up. No reason to think that we're still not ahead, though. I don't think pocket eights is so strong of a hand that it should change your default behavior for the situation. And it sounds like if there's two people away, if you're two people from the bubble, you're on the button, you're going to be able to fold your way to the bubble. You're probably not even going to have to fade another big blind before you actually hit the money. And 14 big blinds. I mean, if you're at the very bottom of the barrel, geez, this run out just went really, really piss poor for me. Ace, king, queen, jack, 6, and now he just tries to get greedy and fire out a full pot size bet. I'm not going to pay you off with 2 pair, buddy. Not paying you off, get Jesus, with 2 pair. Not with 4 diamonds and a 4 straight on the board. So a little bit greedy there, get Jesus. I think that you can probably get me to pay you off. By betting very, very small. Okay, let's get back to the 200. So I didn't know that 9 iron 12. I think that would make the second WPT in a few months where the Royal Flush girls got asked not to be in the final table picture. The first time was in I believe Montreal with Daryl Fish. And now Kate Hall saying, no, I won't take my picture if the Royal Flush girls are there.
Why? What's so bad? Are they ugly?
No. No.
No. You know, whatever. It's not a big deal. I don't know why people make it such a big deal, though.
I don't either.
I mean, they're just there. It's like if it were Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and it's a thing. Royal Flush girls. Let's see. Royal Flush chickies. Grills. I hope if I meet you guys, you'll take pictures with me.
I don't really see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with it.
They need a blonde. I do see a problem. They don't have any blondes. I'm offended. There's no blonde chickies.
I mean, I kind of feel like it would be like, you know, if Ronda Rousey was like, no, I'm not gonna fight in the UFC because of the ring girls.
Oh, that's a good thingy bob.
And you know, Daryl Fish saying, well, I want to go ahead and take a stand on this too. And look, I've always kind of felt like I've honestly always kind of felt like the Royal Flush girls were a little tacky, a little bit.
But don't you feel like that's kind of the wrong message too? Because it's like it's not they're trying to include girls in it, and they put girls in it.
Not really.
Well,
it's not really like I could see where maybe it wouldn't be like super welcoming. Just like if you're like on The Price is Right and you got the models who are like showing off the refrigerators.
But they do.
Maybe like a girl wouldn't want to be called up on The Price is Right. Right? Because
or like
it's
be congratulated
so
by them, right?
Yeah, I don't want to take my picture with this refrigerator if these Price is Right models are in it.
Or in front of this brand new car.
I refuse to take the car. I won't take the car as long as...
What was that Price is Right one where... And Bob Barker was always really good when they made a mistake.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some where the models accidentally
let's see if we can find a clip. Let's see if we can find a clip.
I like the Price is Right. And you know what? I think it's nice to have a little bit of prettiness on the poker. I mean... No offense to the poker players, but they're not exactly...
No offense to the poker players, but yeah,
they're not exactly like...
Let's get real. Sweats and sports jerseys. The Royal Flush girls do kind of class it up a little bit.
It kind of balances it out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are like in hats and hoodies and haven't taken showers in like days, and they're scruffy. I think it brings a little bit of balance to it. You need a contrast. I mean, are there any, like, you played poker for a long time. Have you ever ran into girls that just stink and just haven't taken showers and not like perfume stink, like they haven't did their hair up and they're just like nasty boogers hanging out of their nose and like farting on the table. Have you ran into that in the years of poker that you've been playing?
For like a poker player or
what's going on?
Like any poker player or a female poker player?
Let's see. A real poker player. Did you silence?
Yeah.
So yeah, like a chick. Like, have you seen chicks? There was one. Didn't like Daniel Negreanu hate Annie Duke because she had stinky feet?
Yeah.
Because she don't. I mean, but did her feet really stink? I mean, in the times that you played with her. I mean.
No comment.
Okay, no comment.
No comment.
Anyway, so I think they need a blonde. That's my complaint about the Royal Flush Girls. Did you find a Price is Right clip?
No, doesn't look like it's on there.
Oh, look at Scott Seaver. If you search the Royal Flush Girls, Scott Seaver is in one of them, and he looks pretty happy between them girls. He looks really good. So okay. Actually, it improves it improves the picture quite a bit, I think. I know, June. Can you go potty?
E1CNR says it objectifies women.
I guess.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, but guys...
You got Vince Van Patten, right?
I know.
As a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
You think that he would be a commentator if he wasn't a good-looking man?
I don't know how he looks like.
No. He doesn't have a bracelet. You know, he's not... He's not like a big-time poker player. All he is eye candy. So... That's just the fact of it.
But what they should do maybe
it doesn't have anything to do with
get some
objectifying
like
the women.
Chippendale models.
It has to do with just trying to make it a more pleasant looking broadcast.
Yeah.
A more pleasant looking broadcast.
Makes sense.
You know, and that's just life. I don't really think that. I don't think it has anything to do with. I mean, I suppose there is a difference, right? And it does reinforce, male and female stereotypes. Money Miser says some of the female players are saying it's sexist, and I can sympathize. But I don't think that I would be like, I refuse to take my picture. I just don't think I would do that, because you also have to say, look, I mean, how is it sexist? Here are these girls who are trying to make a living, found a little niche for themselves by traveling the circuit.
They'll probably model for other things too. I mean,
yeah.
You know.
So I mean, are you going to say that the whole modeling industry is sexist? The whole modeling industry is sexist. We want to make it so every single model is unemployed now. Okay, and then you're going to say that the acting industry also is sexist. So we want to make sure that all the actresses no longer have jobs unless they're like unless they're like older
average.
And ugly or average. But if they're attractive, it objectifies women.
Yeah, because I mean, guys, these women aren't like they're not slaves.
No, they aren't.
This is like their choice.
That's right. I guarantee you, they're happy to be to be there. They're happy to be getting paid.
That's right. You mean a choice.
I feel like it's kind of unfair to say, you know what, I want you to fire all those girls.
And it would be the same. Wouldn't it be the same saying that poker is immoral, and poker shouldn't exist? So nobody should be allowed to play poker because there's people that take a stance against poker morally.
Yeah.
So it'd be like the same thing.
I don't know that it's the same thing, but
I think it is.
912 says, you mean A female stealth monk?
Yes.
I mean, according to Dean Eggs, Annie Duke is like the female stealth monk.
Is that what he says? But yeah, it's choice, man. Yeah. And some of these dresses are pretty, but I think they need a blonde girl. I guess they didn't have well, let's see. Do you think people would take offense instead of having the Royal Flush Girls Dutch, they had like Victoria's Secret models? Like they married each other, like the WSOP bought them, and then all of a sudden now, the Victoria's Secret models play poker.
Do you feel like the Lingerie Football League was exploitive?
I think it was dangerous, honestly. I've never watched one, and I was like invited to see one, and so I think it's more dangerous because you do need padding. I mean, they have studies and studies right now about the guys who are padded and have helmets having brain damage. So I don't really know how. I never watched a game, so I wouldn't know. I don't even know if it still exists. I mean, there has to be. Is there a demand for that?
I think that it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a demand. Like people are like, eh. Maybe it doesn't, though. Let's see if it works. What is it called? The women's lingerie football? Yeah, and they have to be pretty fit.
I will say there's a double standard.
I mean,
right?
but what about, Ronda Rousey? I mean, she's Rousey, whatever her name is. Rousey. Women, what is it? What? Lingerie?
Lingerie Football League.
Oh, Lingerie Football League.
So Kansas City Poker 1974 says, poker and UFC are both highly dominated by men. If Ronda Rousey wanted men for ring boys during her fight, then whatever, but the audience is predominantly males, so I'm not sure how that would go over. Yeah, I don't know. We might be...
they should have men do some of that, but we unfortunately also live in a society that are like still homophobic too. And if they see guys that are like sexy or even wearing makeup, it's like all up in arms. So it's like, we have a long way to go in society.
One of the things Kansas City Poker that a lot of the women in poker are saying is that the reason it's so dominated by men, that poker is so dominated by men, is because of these types of hostile environments that we set up. Maybe if we didn't have the Royal Flush Girls, maybe more women would feel comfortable playing in a WPT. I feel like that's the idea. We don't have Royal Flush Girls at the World Series of Poker, and I feel like the numbers are pretty much the same between WPT and WSOP. I don't think that the Royal Flush Girls have anything to do with the decision about whether a girl's going to play it or not.
That's right. They don't.
What do we do here, guys? King 10 offsuit, Legion of Boom just shoving for 11 bigs. I think so often King 10 is actually dominating whatever random shit Legion of Boom is shoving with. I really think Legion of Boom is shoving with a lot of random hands. And, yeah, you know what? This is our spot. Let's go ahead and make the call. Yep, King 6, so we're actually dominating his hand. Looks good. Got him down to 2 outs. It's not going to do it. So we end up doubling through Legion of Boom, who shoves with a King 6. We call with a King 10. Ha! Legion of Boom says, nice slow roll.
It's for you? Did you slow roll?
No.
Oh.
It wasn't a slow roll. Pocket aces, pocket kings.
Lingerie football players stopped getting
queens,
paid
yes.
because one dare asked for a check after title game 4 years ago. So they would have still been going, I guess, but I guess they didn't get paid.
Is that what happened?
They rebranded. Oh, so they're called the Legend Football League now. But it used to be the Lingerie. They might be still around then. I saw that, actually. Legend Football League.
E1CNR talking about
Looks like they're still going. I see a little butt there.
E1CNR talking about newscasting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really know what to tell people when they say things like, "Oh, we should all band together and fight against sexism in poker." I don't really think that poker is any more sexist than any other aspect of our society. You look at
hell, holy shit, it's still going. Just so everybody knows.
Iceman Kiwi says Miss Universe is on now.
Yeah, guys, come on. There's a lot of people that want to be pretty.
To balance it out, there should be broken straight girls. We've got the Royal Flush girls, and we've got the busted flush girls.
And you can pick. Oh my god, that would be such a good idea. Oh, that's a good parody, dude. Oh my god, somebody needs to do that out there in the stream. You need to do that.
You could have the Royal Flush girls and the backdoor straight boys.
It's still going on. It's saying the you can sign up, guys. The league. I like the branding better. League Legends of Football League is much better than Lingerie League, and these girls look like they're tough. They don't look like they're. I would love to do that. Honestly,
would you?
I love sports. Yeah. And people that are usually like healthy, they usually like showing off their body. That's why. Yeah, I think it would be fun.
Saying it's Thunder Down Under exploitive. I'll tell you what, Yumius. A Chippendales or a Thunder Down Under show is nothing like a regular strip club. Nothing like.
Yeah, the girls are worse.
A regular strip club. Like with a regular strip club, you go in.
No. Dutch, you have to compare. You have to compare the two in the right stance, because a Thunder Down Under can't be compared to a strip club because it's not a strip club; it's a show.
It's a show.
You'd have to compare Thunder Down Under to a burlesque show.
Okay, it's nothing like it.
No, that's not right.
It's nothing like it. You take Jubilee and you take Thunder from Down Under.
Jubilee is not in comparison as that as well. You're taking. You have to take like something like Vamp, or something that's like a sexual show. In like that, because it is the same.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Now I used to work with male strippers, and it is different because the market's different, and there's a lot more male strippers that are going to do tricks and there's a lot of girls that are going to pay a lot of girls do pay for prostitution for the guys. So
really?
Yes. And a lot of guys, sleep with the girls for free.
I one time got propositioned in Tunica. I was walking through the gift shop, and this girl looked at me. She was maybe early 40s. She wasn't like a bad looking girl. She looked at me and she came up to me and she said, "Excuse me, I know this is a little weird, but I have $300."
Oh yeah. But that's not.
She said, "I have $300. I'll give you if you come up to my room and sleep with me. If you come up to my room and have sex with me." She didn't say sleep with me. Have sex with me.
Well, everybody has a price, Dutch. What's your price?
I can't tell you how violated I felt. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was like, I'm not a whore. I felt like so violated.
But it's not really.
It was like it was so weird, you know.
No, I'll tell you what you felt, Dutch. You probably felt like it was so cheap.
$300 is a lot of money for me back then. Okay. And
so you would have slept with her if she offered you $5,000.
I would have slept with her for a couple of shots. If she would have just like found me at the bar or something.
Morally,
but no. Like, it was just like it really felt so dirty. I was so horrified. I couldn't believe it. That's the only time that anything like that has ever happened to me.
I think that's cool, though. It has to happen. I think it doesn't happen to everybody, Dutch.
No.
Feel honored.
Tunica, man, only in.
You should make a movie about it.
That'd be the shortest movie ever.
No.
No.
No means no. Oh my
Not
gosh, I think your mom is right. Add a blonde and some puppies. That's right.
The Royal Flush
Oh my gosh.
Puppies.
Yes, the
Royal Flush puppies. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
Nobody would bitch.
Could you imagine? RT Kabuto, 9 months in a row. Thanks for keeping the stream going. Could you guys imagine if that's what they decided to do? They laid off all the Royal Flush girls, and they had Royal Flush puppies instead. Ugh. And every little show would have like the puppies getting into like an adventure, like in Montreal or an adventure
like they had,
in
like you know how they have for the football puppy, like
Prague or whatever. And like they're like running through the streets of Prague or like running through the streets of like Sydney or whatever, and all these cute little puppies. Oh my gosh. And then you make it to the final table and then you're just like just puppies everywhere. It'd be cheaper for them too.
Yeah.
Be a lot cheaper and it wouldn't offend anybody.
Yeah.
Except older puppies.
Yeah.
Like actual dogs, they'd be like they'd have to get new dogs.
Or they would auction off the dogs like when they get a certain age.
Or just put them down.
No, you can't put dogs
down.
down.
Put dogs down.
Busted flush emote would be funny. Did you know, Dutch? Did you know that Canada had some quintuplets that they took away from their parents because they were afraid that their parents would exploit them? And you know what Canada did? They exploited them.
What are you talking about?
In Canada. Canada had these famous the Donny quintuplets.
The Donny quintuplets.
And the quintuplets were like, I don't know if they were taken away from the family, but Canada took them.
They were puppies?
They were people.
What are we talking about?
They were people. Like quintuplets. Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is. They took them and then they started making dolls. They were like Canada's. They were going on shows. They represented
Canada's sweethearts.
Canada's, yeah.
They were like the Canada's golden boys.
They were the quintuplets.
The quintuplets.
They were born in 1934, and they were the first known quintuplets to survive their infancy. They were 2 months premature. Let's see what else, and they all look a little different. So Canada, I don't. Let's see. Approximately, they had a observation gallery that surround the outdoor playground to view the Donny sisters.
They were 5 girls.
Yeah.
5 girls.
Yeah, and they were like a big thing in Canada. They have dolls. They have little quintuplet dolls. They had little dollies. They had, but Canada did do right by them. Each of them had a fund, like they were afraid that their parents would exploit them and not give them the money. Kind of like there was a little law with childhood actors not getting their money. Well, let's see. They were returned to the family. So they got the family got custody back in November 1943, so about 12 years later. Dutch, what did you buy with the $300?
It's funny.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, you never did. Yeah, I just heard that on it today. I learned, like a week ago, I learned about it. Oh, they just died. Oh, 2 of them are still alive. Wow.
So wait, when did it happen?
1934, but
so they're
older now. I mean,
in their 80s now.
Yeah, 2 of them are still alive.
This is an interesting one. What do we think about this, you guys? Raised pre-flop, he called. C-bet, he called.
I'm just skimming through this here.
Now the King of Hearts comes. That's not what we want to see.
Aw, the Donny girls were constantly tested, studied, and examined, with records being taken for everything. And they lived at a compound where they could be observed playing.
I wonder if this will work. And it worked.
Pippin doesn't believe your story. Well, Pippin, Dutch was a looker back about 15 years ago. You're still a looker, honey, but you were quite the looker 15 years ago.
Okay, Pippin. She wasn't like the hottest girl in the casino. It wasn't like she was like super hot. I'm not saying that. She was a little run down. You know, but she wasn't so run down that if circumstances were different. And I would suggest to you, Pippin, that you probably would feel the same way. It felt, I felt violated. I felt violated. Like I actually felt like angry and upset. Like how dare you? That's how I felt. I'm like I know it sounds so stupid, but that's how I felt. It didn't feel good. It felt bad. Dune says, if you win, you get to be licked by the puppies in appropriate places. Dune, I would be like this. I'd be like, if I made the final table, I'd be like, I don't want to take pictures with those bitches. Just the boy puppies. That's what I would say. No bitches in the picture, please. Sort of. What? I can say that. They're puppies.
I never even heard of these quintuplets.
Quintuplets? It's not a thing.
It is. It's right here, dude. Here's a video. They were exploited, but they. I think they each got like $2 million.
Canadian quintuplets.
Yeah. But they each got $2 million when they hit 18.
Are you talking about the Dion quintuplets?
Is it Dion or Donnie?
The Dion?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The Dion quintuplets.
Yes, and they were.
Of course.
But, yes.
The Dion quintuplets. Oh my gosh, how cute are these
they made
little
dolls.
quintuplets?
I bet there's dolls. Let's look at the dolls.
If I was their parents, I would exploit the shit out of these girls.
Look at these little dolls, guys. Oh my god.
Let me go ahead and merchandising. Every single one of them is like a little miniature Shirley Temple. Take a look at this.
Oh, my link's delete. I can't delete.
I would make them do little choreographed little dances. Good ship lollipop. Are you kidding me? It's like 5 little Shirley Temples. Oh,
why can't
Comic
I do
Sans.
links?
Gotta love it.
Why can't I do links, dude? Why can't I link?
5 little baby girls.
You should show them this. I can't link for some reason, Dutch.
Identical quints.
They're very cute. Their names were...
Yvonne. Yvonne was the cute one. Annette was the smart one. Emily was the funny one. And then there was Cecile. Cecile was a bitch.
I was Cecile.
And Marie. Marie was the popular one. The babies were seized by the Canadian government, who said they were protecting the girls from being exploited by their parents.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dr. Alan Roy Defoe was the man in charge of the girls and their health. Oh my gosh, look at that guy. That guy looks like he came out like if he was German, he would have gone a different path. The hospital was built across the street from their birth home. Little overalls. Look at it. He's putting him to work on the farm. Oh.
He's putting him to work on the farm. They're very cute. So yes.
He's got himself a little hockey team. That's what they would do in Canada. That's what they do with the quintuplets in Canada. They're like, we're going to make them into a hockey team.
What do you mean they do? They did.
They did it.
Guys, exploitation's happened for a very long time.
They made
These girls didn't even have a choice. You know, they were born into it.
Which one's Cecile? God, Cecile.
Which one's...
That one is Cecile right there.
They're very cute, though. They have little dolls. Can you imagine, like, living there in Canada and then just wanting one of them dolls? I can.
How long is this? This is going to be 7 minutes. 7 minutes of the same thing. So the girls never received money. Something never happened.
Yes,
$1 Million Babies, which is about the quints. $1 Million Babies is a bad name for a documentary about these quints.
Yeah, because it's
a movie about a boxer. People would get the wrong message.
Hold on, let me see. For some reason, I thought they did get money.
And so they're negotiating with the Canadian government for money made by Quintland.
South Park
Quintland?
South Park did a loosely based
Really?
parody. It's called Quintuplets 2000. So we have to watch that now that we know what it's from. Sephirex wants to know, can someone explain the re-raise in the last hand? It was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're on a delay, man.
Yeah, we're on delay.
Talking about the two of hearts?
Yeah, probably. Oh my gosh, and they're all doing Cirque du Soleil. Oh my gosh, Canada.
I can explain that. He
Canada.
fired out a third pot. I didn't put him on a queen or a 10. And I didn't think that he would call. I didn't feel like... I mean, we're splitting the pot. So I didn't feel like he was going to call if I raised. I felt like we could represent a queen of hearts there, because with a queen of hearts, we could check the turn. And feel good about our hand when the ace of hearts hits the river. So, to explain it, we were both playing the board. And my two of hearts got counterfeited. But I didn't think that he actually could beat the board, so I felt like, let's go ahead and push him off of his hand. And instead of split the pot, let's just take the whole thing. He basically is firing out a third pot, saying, hey, do you want to maybe split this with me? And I'm like, no, I want the whole thing. So I raised. And that's the explanation there. Pippin87 says, Dutch, does WSOP have Omaha tournaments? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The World Series of Poker, schedule this year is not completely out, but I'm sure that there's going to be some PLO events, some limit Omaha high-low events, some split pot like 08 stud 8 events. That's probably about it. There will probably be maybe 2 or 3 $1,500 PLO events. There will probably be one 5K PLO event. There will probably be one 10K PLO event. And there might be a 25K PLO event. So we get through with the Queen 4 of Hearts. You guys didn't see that, though. Everyone folded to our small blind. I raised. That pretty much is what happened. Gamer Grill says, wow, the irony of taking them away because they'd be exploited, only to then be exploited.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
It is sad, but
It's a sad
I also
story.
read that they each got like $1 million each, but according to that YouTube, it didn't, right?
Well, the YouTube was kind of old. I just think like it's so sad for like a government to take away your kids and not let you exploit them.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
doesn't really seem like...
Look at Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
Look at how he did. He did great.
Exactly. Look at the Octomom.
The Octomom.
You know, she should be able to
anything.
exploit the hell out of her kids if she wants.
Has she been
reality TV star?
Isn't that what having children's about? I mean, since the beginning. I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
you're joking, but it's kind of true. I mean, people would
it's the retirement
would have kids to put them to work on the farm and kind of take care of them when they're old. I definitely feel like the motivation to have kids has changed. Maybe not.
Well,
maybe not. Maybe society doesn't
now I
really
have to, like,
change
have furry on me.
biological drives.
Cecile's in jail for drug trafficking. No. Hey, canned me. Hi, bye. Hi, bye. Do they get money? Did they get their money though? Did they get their money?
Did they get their money?
I'm finding out if they got their money. I thought they did.
Did Cecile
They
get
were
her money?
seized. They used the word seized by the government.
Seized by the government.
Jeez.
Seize them. Seize those
they
babies.
belong to Canada.
How evil is that? You know, if that was like in a cartoon where like the king
They
is
used
like,
that little video.
seize those babies. Bring me the babies. I mean, like it's like ridiculously
Weird. Odd.
it's like so over the top evil. Like if you put it in a cartoon, and all the girls
They
were
had
like,
they had a land called Queensland.
Mommy, why are they taking those babies away from their mommies? Because he's an evil man. And then they gave him to like the Nazi doctor to sell ice cream. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's like a real thing that really happened. Yeah, 408 Shaytak. Shaytak? Shaytak? Is that how we're saying that? Shaytak? I'm sure that I'm just butchering your name. Representing the 408. Good to see you, man. That's where I got my start in poker, over there at Garden City. Bay 101. Did a little bit of propping out there. Great to see you here in the stream, man. And I hope that your weekend's going well. I hope that your Christmas is going well. And we're gonna go ahead and send you over a couple of cool things, man. For subscribing to the stream, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that you get a digital DRM-free version of my book, Poker Tilt, in EPUB, in Mobi, in PDF. So it'll work on your Kindle. It'll work on your iPad or your iPod or your iPhone. It'll work on, if you got a little tablet, smartphone, or whatever. If you don't, you can use a desktop reader. Hope that you get a chance to give it a read. And what else? A couple of fist bump patches if you want them.
On me.
A couple of fist bump patches. We're going to go and send you that welcome email. Thank you so much for keeping the stream going. 408 Shaytak, welcome to the crew. You're awesome, man. Guys, we're going to be back in 3 minutes. We're going to get some coffee. Think about life. And think about that poor set of quintuplets who
It's
got
from
exploited.
Quintland.
Quintuplets. Guys, we'll be back.
It's estimated that they made around $500 million for that Quintland. I can do it now. I think.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're back with pocket eights. Oh my gosh,
eights.
power
Eights.
hand.
That's how many kids we should have. Just joking.
That is a power hand indeed.
Is it still exploiting if you adopt them?
Adopt the quintuplets?
Like adopt quintuplets.
That story still just seems so weird to me that like that's a real thing that happened.
It is. There's documented paperwork about it.
So sad.
So sad. Dawn 9 has 7 kids. Is that right? 7 kids, and they're wow. That's awesome. Dune 9, 7 kids, and they're all awesome. That is pretty cool.
That's running good.
That is pretty cool.
Running good. Black Hat Poker, good to see you, man. He says, hey, Dutch, nice to meet you, man. I came across your videos on YouTube, and I've really been absorbing information from them. You're doing great work, sir. Thank you, sir.
Check it out the room. Well, welcome to the...
Come check out the room. Welcome to the live stream, man. Welcome to live. What are we doing? 48, 5, 6,000 is what these pocket eights look like to me. That's how we're going to do it.
Yeah. June. Here, you have some... Maybe she's...
Wow, Pippin87, I am so not with you on that statement. Pippin87 says, I swear it's the most eerie thing. Let's go and make the call here with the pocket eights against the king queen. Dodged and weaved, and we're doing okay. Pippin87 says, my luck is utter horseshit and no limit hold'em, but Omaha, I feel I can control my bad luck. Pippin87, man. If what you're asserting, Pippin, is that variance is higher in no limit hold'em as opposed to PLO, I think that most people are going to disagree with you. PLO generally has much higher variance, bigger swings, much bigger suckouts. The biggest suckouts I've ever had were all in PLO. And the reason for that is pretty simple, actually. It's because with PLO, first off, you're never a big favorite pre-flop. You know, if I gave you, I would actually challenge you to try to come up with a two-hand matchup that doesn't include that doesn't include where one doesn't include trips or quads. That is really that big of a dog against the other one, because usually you're not going to be more than like a 2-to-1 dog ever. You know, give the guy ace jack 10 double suited, and give me 9 6 3 2 badoogie. It's not going to be that bad. And then you generally, when the money gets in post flop, usually it's never going to be in a spot where you've got the guy completely waxed, drawn to 3 outs. Usually it's going to be in a spot where he's like, okay, well, I've got some big combo rep, and you've got a set, so I guess I need to only dodge 11 outs. Yay, I'm a favorite. You know, like, how big of a favorite do you really think that is? It's not good. Variance is a huge bitch in PLO, like much bigger than No Limit Hold'em. I'm sorry that things haven't been going that well for your No Limit Hold'em game, man. And I'm glad to hear that you feel like PLO is the route to riches. I will say this, that there's a lot less information out there about PLO. So maybe the competition that you're facing in PLO games versus No Limit Hold'em games are going to be weaker. It's probably not going to be the case if you continue to rise in stakes, but because in my experience, like, the top-notch PLO guys are just as good as the top-notch No Limit Hold'em guys. But low limit, 1-2 no limit, 1-2 PLO, I think that you do find, generally find interesting. What do we do here, you guys? Slow roll the crap out of them, I guess. Make the check, let them go ahead and fire out a bet. Try to move us off of our king-queen. Huh.
Oh, wow. Pappy Van Winkle. Is that right? That would suck. I guess the MC announced the wrong Miss Universe and then corrected it as she was walking the runway.
Oh, how embarrassing for her.
That is awful. No, that would
how
be.
Embarrassing for her.
Heartbreaking, Dutch, is the right word. Heartbreaking, dude.
What an asshole. If I was the MC, I think I would have just kept my mouth shut. I would have just let the mistake ride.
Yeah, right?
The winner is...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Miss Venezuela. Oh, shit.
Just joking. Hey, Bony Fish.
I got it wrong. You know what? I'm going to just keep my mouth
Yeah.
shut. The winner is Miss Venezuela. Sorry, Miss Colombia.
Yeah.
I would keep my mouth shut.
I mean, we should watch.
The judges
you
all
know
look
what?
for
I
like,
haven't
what's
watched
going on? It
it.
wasn't Miss Venezuela. It was Miss.
We would probably.
Whatever. Well, let's just give it to
We
her.
would probably
She looks so
watch
happy.
those. We'd probably watch those
She
if
looks so
we had
happy.
TV, if we had cable, I guess. But we don't.
You think that I would waste my time watching
It's
a
the
beauty
same
pageant?
thing as watching the movie stuff. Yeah, it's the Oscar stuff.
Oh no! I can't believe. Take it back.
It is,
Take
Dutch.
it back. Listen to her. It's the same thing as
Same
watching watching any movie.
No, I didn't
It's the
say
same
movies,
thing
the
as watching a
Oscars.
movie.
The Oscars.
Watching a beauty pageant is the same thing as watching the Oscars. It is kind of the same thing as watching the Oscars, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
Well, come on, they're all beautiful people. You're so
Lots of
you're
clapping,
so talented.
accolades. It's kind of the same thing. Is watching the Oscars just the same as watching the Miss Universe pageant? I mean, you kind of get a glimpse into what a small group of people consider valuable,
Well, I guess that's
and
what it all is,
and worth
guys.
validating on a stage.
Validations to everyone.
Tough
Free
one.
validations for all.
Check this out, you guys.
We should have Wookiee points.
Got a little 5-to-1 shot, plus 6, 7-to-1 shot. Yeah, it's worth trying to take a flop and getting a 7. It's gonna be a check
Rick.
no matter what.
Rick the Hat.
There's our 7. There's our 7. This is good. This is good. Hopefully, Get Jesus or Kappa decide to go ahead and come along with an ace queen, and not queens. I don't think Kappa or Get Jesus has queens. I don't think Kappa or Get Jesus has aces here.
Sudek or Cudek 1989 says he is from Poland. Hello from Poland.
Sudek 1989, how you doing, man? A little king shouldn't really change anything.
And learn mind map.
Shouldn't change anything.
Says LOL.
Uh,
Are you playing a different tournament that you're talking about? Because I'm seeing a different tournament here.
yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Jack shouldn't change anything. Should we just check back? No. He's got ace, king, ace, queen. What a huge pot that was. So, yeah, implied odds for the win right there, you guys. Now we are chip leader at a 30 in that deep stack.
and Black Hat Poker says, I call myself a new member now. I'm from Kansas City, and I'm going to attend my first Heartland Poker Tour this year in April. I about dropped dead when I saw your viewing parties of the HPT final tables. This is what I need, just what I needed.
Well, Black Hat Poker, welcome to the stream. And HPT is a great tour. Great structures. I love the Heartland Poker Tour. I've played a few of them. I've never final tabled any. Well, no, I take it back. I did final table one back in the Palms. The one that Phil Collins took down, I think I got 7th. So, yeah, and big thank you to the Heartland Poker Tour for letting us use their footage and do those viewing parties. Those guys are great.
Maybe you should do one this week, maybe tomorrow.
I'll tell you, Black Hat. They
Are
don't
you
end
busy
up on
tomorrow?
YouTube, but they all the past broadcasts are here on the stream, but you can only access them with a if you subscribe.
Wait, do you have them on your thing and you can make sure they're always there, or do they erase?
They're in the highlights.
Wait,
Yes.
and are you
Not on
downloading?
YouTube,
Are you
though.
putting them on YouTube so you can have them though? And
Yeah.
just not publishing them?
I am, yeah. They're
Okay, good.
unlisted private on YouTube just so that I'm not relying on the hard drive space of Twitch, which sometimes can get pretty stingy. But, yeah, you know what? I'll try to do some more of them. And also during the replays when we're not live Black Hat Poker, a lot of times we let those run because they're pretty interesting to watch.
Oh, with Steve Harvey. I hate Steve Harvey. God, I hate that man.
She hates Steve Harvey.
I don't like Steve Harvey. If you guys want to
I
talk
always
about
thought he was really
sexism,
funny.
that's the guy that's like really. I mean, he's outspoken about sexism and stuff.
Wow, guys. So that pot put us way ahead. You guys want to see these chip stacks? Look at this. I mean, we were way ahead in this deep stack tournament. Look at that. Look at that. 183,000 for first. Second is 129,000. No one else is over 100. So that's pretty sick. Pretty pretty dominating. I wish that we were dominating that way in this 20K, because we're not. We've got 12 big blinds now. King 2 off suit. Is it a shove? Is this a spot? Probably not. I think that we can probably wait for a better hand and a better spot. I think that we're probably better off shoving into a smaller stack than just a realist. Yeah, that would have sucked. I should probably look and see what this is paying to. Pays 25. So 36 out of 127. It's like 11 of these guys are not going to be making the money. I'm going to make the money. We'll be fine. This is a better hand to be pushing with than King 10. It's usually not going to be dominated. But I still think that it's going to be a fold. I think that we're probably better off waiting for like a super legit hand and then shoving with 10 bigs, 9 bigs, 8 bigs after fading a big blind and a small blind. I just feel like 12 bigs is too much to be shoving with having a hand like 10-8. We still almost have some fold equity if one of these guys comes in with like 1,300, and then we can overshove with a hand like Ace-Jack. And maybe get a fold. Maybe.
Are you planning on doing graphs? JTS 760 wants to know.
Am I planning on doing what? You know what, JTS? I haven't done it this year, but I think starting January 1st, I'll start keeping up a little results graph from results January 1st, 2016 onwards for while streaming. So yes.
Oh, you do? Oh, I said you didn't plan to do it. So you do plan to do it. Okay.
I'm planning on.
So I guess I take that back. He does plan on doing it.
I do.
So yes,
I will.
he plans it.
Enough people have asked, and we'll start keeping some pretty solid records post New Year.
Okay. So how much you
I'm
want to bet
a little
that you're
bit
not
worried
to
to do that because I don't want to get made fun of.
Well, I don't think you're going to do it because it's more work.
It is more work.
And we don't like to work too hard. We like to work just hard enough.
Just hard enough. But it does give a little bit of legitimacy too.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess.
Because you can say, yes, I've been winning X amount.
You can make fun
ROI
of them,
is X amount.
You'll probably get made fun of. You'll probably get made fun of just because.
You're right. People would be like, that's not high enough, Dutch.
Win more. We might go to Canada.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, June 9's going to be playing that tournament as well. The A Heartland Poker Tour in St. Louis? Or is it going to be in Kansas City? Kansas City.
Ameristar is usually where it is. I might have to make a trip up there.
It's in May?
I'm not sure when it is. We got this going on. Made a raise with 7-9 suited, and then Get Jesus decides to re-raise us. Oh, man. Look how much he re-raised, too. He re-raised the minimum. So, never going to get through pre-flop. Now he fires out 1,000 into 8,000. Okay. New flop's top pair. Feeling pretty good about it. Now we've got even more outs if he actually did start with aces or kings or queens. Check back. A little queen of diamonds hits. What do you guys think? No idea. No clue where I'm at in this hand. And he fires out 10,800. What a goober this guy.
What else are you playing? You're playing
Bet sizing all over the place.
You're playing
really
the
kind of lame bet sizing.
What's the other one you're playing that you're not sure that I'm only watching one. What is the other one that you're playing? Somebody wants to know.
Oh, Deepstack event number 7, 7,500 guaranteed, and we're playing the 20K guaranteed. So back and forth between these two. Both of them are $200 buy-ins. I wonder if that reloader is still going for late reg. Will end in 40 minutes. I might have that as a little backup plan too. So ace 10 of diamonds. This is a great hand. This is probably the hand that overrides the default behavior, which is the fold. If Legion of Doom shoves, it's an easy call. If he calls, it's an easy shove. Yeah, there it is. 7-9 suited versus the ace 10 of diamonds. We'll see if he gives us another double up. Not looking so good. It looks like his 7-9 of spades ends up hitting. So ace 10 of diamonds is done. Legion of Boom decides not to double us up again. 34 out of 127. Would you like to watch tournament's hand history? No, thank you. No, thank you. I wish that you guys would fix that grammar error.
You're doing good in the other one though, right?
Chip
the
leader.
Deepstack? Deepstack, your chip leading?
Chip leader in the Deepstack. And let's get into this Sunday reloader, I think. I'll wait for...
Where is that Deepstack at?
I'll wait for another 40 minutes, actually, to get into that.
Is that a new thing that they're doing? The Deepstack one?
It's just like, it was like a 7-event series.
Oh.
I don't really know why.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even see it on my thing. Oh, wait, there it is. Is it 100? But a re-entry?
7,500 guaranteed. It was a re-entry.
I see. Yeah, I saw it. So here we go again. Hey, Golok. How you doing? Happy holidays. Yo. Yeah, wow, you have a lot of chips in this one.
Yeah,
Shit.
like quite a bit.
Yeah, Niles, he tabbed out and he sees that you're crushing it. Yep. Indeed. Wow, I wasn't even watching this one.
Yeah, and this isn't the Disneyland tournament, actually, Nilesy. This is the Deepstack number 7 that we're crushing it in. The Disneyland tournament was the one we just got knocked out of.
Oh, yeah. But we're still going to go to Disneyland, so... better.
Eventually. One day.
Wow, so Golok won a 5K seat and showed up 10 minutes late and they gave the seat away.
What are you talking about, Golok? Who gave it away?
Yeah, they can't do that. You won it.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Be assertive. Yeah, 9 Iron 12 is right. The results graph will suffer the same fate as the book list. LOL, I agree. What? Touch has the booklets in his pocket somewhere,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Somewhere here.
Oh, what was this?
Golok.
It was a hometown casino. Yeah. Is there a gaming board you can call?
BS. Yeah, that's bullshit.
I bet it has. It's, it's probably ones must be there to claim prize. Or what's the thing? You must be there too. So it was probably a drawing, maybe.
So, how many people?
I would have thrown a fit. I wouldn't have left. I would still be there. You and me. 49?
49 people?
How does he get late? Because he was supposed to go in and collect it? Doesn't make sense. So where was he? That doesn't make sense at all. Well, I hope he puts a fit.
JTS 760. I think he's talking about the 7-9 suited hand, where he min raised pre-flop from the big blind. So first off, I hate the min raise. Whatever you're trying to accomplish there, it's heads up. So whatever you're trying to accomplish there, the min raise doesn't really do a good job at it. If you're trying to fold, you're never getting the fold. If you're trying to get the guy to, if you're trying to inflate the pot with a better hand, you can inflate the pot more than the min raise. So he whatever he's trying to accomplish there, he should be raising more or not at all. So he decides to min raise, whatever. I make the call. I have position. I've got 7-9 suited, which is not a bad hand. The flop comes out 7 high. Not really loving it because the min raise so often in that situation is just a guy trying to trick you with aces or kings. So when he fires out 1,000 into 8,000, it feels transparent. And even though I say I don't know where I'm at in the hand, I do know where I'm at. The turn comes, he slows down and decides to check, and I check back as well because now we've got 2, 5, 8 outs. 16% of the time we hit one of those and we get a crack as overpair. The queen of diamonds comes and now he overbets the pot. So I made the fold. If I didn't know where I was at, I would have made the call. But I did know where I was at. A pair of sevens was no good. Whatever he was trying to accomplish, he didn't accomplish it. So that's really when I say the bet sizing is bad. Usually, I'm saying that because whatever his motivations are for making the bet, it doesn't do it, or it doesn't do it as effectively as another amount would. So think about it like this. Let's say on the river, he bets out 10,800 into a 9,800 pot. The question is he trying to get a fold or is he trying to get a call? Is he betting for value or is he betting as a bluff? Those are the two options. Is he value betting or is he bluffing? Okay? If he is value betting, then he's betting too much to get value. He's betting too much where I'm not going to make the call. Now, sometimes you'll get players who will overbet pots knowing that you'll fold to an overbet. And so sometimes you have to kind of just play a little leveling game and crunch down and say, okay, I'll make the call with a pair. Because I don't want him to think that, 85%, 90% of the time, if he overbets the pot, he gets it. Okay, so sometimes that's the case, but there's no reason for me to think that was the case there. Generally, when you're playing with like the level 0, level 1 type players, even level 2 type players, overbetting the pot indicates extreme strength. Okay, and they're basically just swinging for the fences, digging for gold. Is a good way of putting that. They're just hoping that you are not going to let go of a pair of queens. So that was my kind of impression of it. So I don't really think it was a bluff. If it was a bluff, though, bluffing less would have gotten the job done just as well as overbetting the pot. If he fired out 2/3 of the pot, well, if I'm folding for 10,800, I'm folding for 6,000 there too. So he's basically putting 4,000 at risk that he doesn't have to. So he's betting too much as a bluff. If he's betting for value, then he's betting too much to get value. Whereas maybe I would have paid off a half pot size bet. I probably would have. I almost certainly paid off like a third pot size bet just to even if I felt like I was behind, just to get more information about him. So pretty much every step of the way, when he fired out the min raise pre-flop, I think that was a bad raise amount. I don't think that 3-betting is bad, but I think that the amount that he 3-bet was bad because he should have bet more, no matter what he was trying to accomplish. Betting 1,000 into 8,000 is bad because it gives me the right price to go ahead and see a card where he's out of position, but he set himself up for that bad bet too. It felt almost like a blocker bet. It also kind of felt like a little milking bet where he kind of puts me on 0 outs. He doesn't know that I have 5 outs. He probably put me on like a hand like ace queen, ace jack, where he felt like I didn't actually have any outs. Okay, so he fires out 1,000 into 8,000. I think that he could have gotten more out of me. The turn comes and he doesn't bet at all. And then the river comes and he fires out 10,800 into 9,000. So when I say it's bad bet sizing, and I'm kind of misstating the situation when I say I have no idea where I'm at. If I didn't really have any idea where I was at, I would have made the call. But I know exactly where I'm at. I'm behind. And when I say bad bet sizing, if his only goal was to bring ridicule on himself, then mission accomplished, I guess. But no, whatever he was going for, value or bluffing, his amount size, his bet sizing didn't accomplish it as well as other bet sizes would. So that's basically that. So Bony Fish sounds good, man. He called gaming, got some sort of compensation. My gaming story didn't end up all that well. I called gaming on the Palms when they ripped all the epic poker players off of that $1 million free roll that we had qualified for. 27 players competing for $1 million. So in real expected value terms, looking at about looking at about 42,000. Called gaming. They said, okay, we'll look into it. And I guess they probably looked into it.
Not really.
Nothing happened. They did nothing wrong. That was their official result. They did nothing wrong. They don't owe you anything. They don't owe anybody anything. Such bullshit. I'm glad that the Palms lost their card room. I think that the Palms is...
fuck the Palms.
Yeah, fuck the Palms.
They don't send me free shit anymore. Assholes.
Seriously, I mean, like they ripped off the top poker players of $1 million. And although, you could put some blame on Annie Duke and Jeff Pollock, which I do, I put some blame on them. But I also put some blame on the Palms, because in the end it was their gaming license, it was their dealers, it was their cage, it was their tables, it was their facilities. It was their responsibility just as much as it was Annie Duke's or Jeffrey Pollock's to make sure that the players got paid what they promised. So,
Liaison.
It's upsetting.
G is new here.
Liaison G, how you doing? He says, hey Dutch, I'm new to poker. I've been playing for a few months with friends and at my university society. A university society.
I wish I had
Sounds so polite.
I wish I belonged to a society of cool people.
I wish I belonged to a university society too.
Maybe we can start one.
Let's start a university society. You and me. And anybody who wants to be in our university society. The University Society of Poker. Liaison says, my problem is this. I get really nervous when I'm in a new environment. Really nervous. Did you ever get nervous? If so, how did you conquer it? Did you ever get nervous? I think everyone gets nervous, Liaison G. How did I conquer it?
Just playing a lot, I guess.
I mean, I don't really know what to... Like, I don't really have a good answer for you. Conquering social anxiety. Beta blockers, man. I just took so many drugs that I burned that part of my brain.
You shouldn't say that, because that's not a very good idea.
It's not a good idea. Don't take beta blockers.
No, I just think that you've been doing it so long that most of the faces there, and I think that helps. Because if you are a new poker player, especially in a big thing like the World Series of Poker or any big tournament, and you're new, it really feels like you're the man out. So, because that's the thing. A lot of people, you feel like that everybody's buddies.
You do. It's very easy to go into a situation like that, and you think that everybody is really tight with each other.
But Melissa gave you some good advice.
Melissa did give me some good advice. Melissa Hayden one time said to me something that kind of stuck.
When I first started playing
she said,
poker.
Let me get the quote from my book, Poker Tilt. She said, "Don't be afraid of any of them, Dutch. They're all just scared little boys inside." And that's true. One thing that I feel like helps with my with my own anxiety when I'm walking into the Rio or walking into any sort of tournament is I imagine everybody walking through the halls. I imagine them in little Cub Scout outfits holding Pinewood Derby cars. Because it's pretty much what it's like. It's like every single one of these guys that were playing, playing a $10,000 tournament this week, with playing a $500 tournament, a circuit, or a $200 tournament like right here. It's just like when we were 7 and 8-year-old kids carving a Pinewood Derby car and getting ready for a big competition. It means about the same amount. It comes to the same thing. It's still just like this little slice in time that doesn't really matter in the whole grand scheme of things. And I think that when you remind yourself just how insignificant all of us are, everything seems kind of silly to get nervous about. When you remind yourself just how big the universe is, just how big the world is, how many people are walking around right now, living life, experiencing life, all of the stresses and all the triumphs and the discouragements and everything that's going on. Fast forward 200 years and no one remembers anything except a few little moments that are written down in a history book or are preserved on YouTube. And in the end, I mean, what really is the big deal? So yes, that's how I solve social anxiety.
Yes.
Oh man, that was a weird hand. So made the defense with pocket sevens, decided to just check it down the whole way. He had 9-8 suited. So on the flop ace 6-2, he probably could have gotten me to fold that. 2 agreements, making the raise. And you know what, 2 agreements, I'm ahead. So let's go ahead and fire out 10, 10-5. A full 3x of what you're raising with. And get Zensatori out. 4 agreements probably makes the call. And then I'm going to go ahead and fire out a C-bet pretty much every time. Ariel Helwanis knows.
Just graduated?
Just got through with the first semester of law school. Never have to take torts, contracts, or Civ Pro again. Nice job, man. I'll tell you, for my law school, we had 2 semesters of torts, 2 semesters of contracts. So, yeah, we had contracts 1 and contracts 2, and torts 1 and torts 2. I'm surprised that they only have torts 1 and contracts 1. But it makes sense, I guess. I would think that they would, maybe today's law schools are focusing on more substantive courses, talking about things like doing more research rather than just case briefs. But I'll tell you what, if you think that's a good feeling, Ariel, just wait until, fast forward another 2.5 years. Just wait until you never have to crack another book. Well, after the bar, I guess. Take the bar, and then just wait until you don't ever have to take another test in your life. That's a nice feeling. That's a nice feeling. You know what? I'm never going to have another grade. That's a nice feeling. I'm never going to have to brief another case again. I'm never going to have to write another term paper in my life. That's a nice feeling. That's a good feeling, man.
Also, Nacho Boy 3, Nacho Boy, is that Nacho Boy, has following us on Instagram for a while, and I think he's visiting us. So, welcome.
Nacho Boy?
Welcome.
Good to see you, man. Thank you very much for following the Instagram. Nacho Boy 3. He says, hey guys, new here. On IG. Is IG Instagram?
Yeah. I think so.
Thanks for being here, man.
Maybe it's our society. Is that our society's name? Our new society?
The University Society?
The University
we call it IG.
That's what we call it. And DeGoul says, I would never join a club that would accept me as a member. Okay. Fish School.
Well,
okay.
we will accept you as a member.
You are accepted.
You are accepted.
You're the treasurer.
You're the treasurer.
Sorry, dude.
Let's fire out against B. Shriver. 3,300. Hopefully B. Shriver is sitting there with like a king 10 and decides, you know what, I'm done with it. Shriver might make a little check raise. He might. He does. Decides to go ahead and put out 8,000 out of his stack. So 24% of his stack risking here when you put it all together. Shriver, you know what, buddy? You can have this one. You can have this one. This one's more important to you than it is to me. You can have it.
Like
Always
a fool
feels wrong to fold.
is correct about that. When you go into a poker room to play cash, and the good regs are happy to see you, it's time to walk out. Hey, good to see you, bro.
What's up,
Do you want
man?
a drink?
Sit next to me.
Yeah.
Lock the doors. We're going to be playing for a long time. Okay, firing out again. B. Shriver was like, you know what? I'm going to make it my personal mission to just 3-bet every time Dutch comes along. No, he's not thinking that. He's not thinking that. He's making the fold. Look at these sharks, though. We got Zen Satori. We got Chaos Theory. All three of these guys sometimes watch the stream with us. So if you're hanging out, good luck on your grind, man. To those who are grinding today, we salute you. I hope the grind goes well for you. If I don't win this, well, I'll take second to one of you guys as long as second is actually pretty good. Guess how much second is in this thing? Guess how much second is?
What?
Two.
My password. Okay.
My password.
So, Boneyfish says he speaks in front of thousands of people, and I never think of any of them as naked. I just tell myself I know what the hell I'm doing, and I know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is something that they want to hear. Good for you, Boneyfish. I can't do that. Dutch is pretty good at talking in front of people.
Yeah.
I'm
It's just
not.
one of those things that come with practice. Really
No, I'm
is.
like a deer in headlights.
Enlightened Rage has introvert
about
for
it too
life. I'll tell you what, man. No one was born comfortable speaking in front of people.
I just don't believe you.
No one.
I don't believe you.
No one.
I don't believe you.
Okay, let's go ahead and make the call.
JTS760 asks about the hand. Let's see, which one is this? Do you think on the flop, first act with the 7-7, firing out would have been better than checking because you're pretty much folding to a bet if he fires, correct? Yes or no? I guess you had sevens. Did you have the sevens? Or did they have
JTS 760. No, I don't like the donk lead. I think that if you're donk leading, you're probably better off check raising. You're probably right that most of the time we're just folding to a bet, but we might not. You know, I think that sometimes we just we check raise there. Pappy Van Winkle. He says, I won the Pinewood Derby in 1976. Powder graphited the axles. No shame. I don't think powder graphite was against the rules when I was playing it. When I was doing the Pinewood Derby. People would cheat in that all the time, though. People cheated the Pinewood Derby all the time.
That's how you get your kid to cheating. That's how you get him started in life.
Is that right?
Yeah, you show them how that's the way the world is. There's
That's
grays.
so depressing.
There's grays. You do whatever it takes to win, Dutch. You hear me?
No, you do not cheat at the Pinewood Derby.
I'm glad June hasn't entered any competitions.
You know what is so wrong about that too, is like some of the central tenets of Cub Scouts is like honesty, and then cheating at the Pinewood Derby. It's just so wrong.
I don't think that the parents tell the kids that they cheat. They help them cheat.
Look, I can understand it. I can understand it. If June was competing in a Pinewood Derby, I would want her to win. I would want her to experience that high of actually winning something.
Because that's probably the last thing she'll ever win.
It's probably like the last thing she's ever going to win.
She's sleeping now, though. You alive, June? June, are you alive? Okay, good. She's alive. Sorry.
alive.
Go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep, June.
Go back to sleep. Sorry about that.
Dream about your Pinewood Derby. Oh, man, we got a cute dog. Oh, 9 iron 12. What are torts? Basically like if someone hits you.
Like this.
That's right. A tort is any sort of civil injury claim. It's like if someone like hits you in traffic, for example.
It's a tort of other torts.
That's a tort.
Right? Or it's like is it another fancy way to say subject maybe? Is that a good way? Like a subject? Like
No, it's like a
it's like
a
a way to
personal injury. Is
categorize-
basically what it is. It's
that
a
what it is?
personal injury. Like because there's certain things that aren't going to fall under torts. Like a breach of contract is not a tort. It's a different type of law. Tort is basically just a fancy way of saying personal injury, and it comes from Old English.
What about the Latin? It's
It
not
comes
Latin.
from the Queen. It comes from it comes from English common law.
Oh, there's Zen Satori right here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The
he
Zen's
says,
chilling out with us.
"Hi!" Yeah.
Good to see you, Zen. Okay, kudos.
And
I think that if you're going to go ahead and check to us, I'm going to go ahead and just take a stab at it. I feel like taking a stab at this pot. I feel like it's a scary enough board where a lot of times we get the better hand to fold. So there it is.
good job. Wow, that is a really scary board. Whew.
So Liaison G, I also,
Ears.
there's kind of a flip side to that.
So it's like what?
The whole
Small
everything
ear.
being very small. And the flip side of that is you should treat what you're doing in life very, very seriously, because for you personally, all you have is the moment that you're living, like right now. Look at that, Mason Jersier donating $5. Tell us your most craziest poker story ever. Mason Jersier, thank you so much for supporting the stream with that $5 donation. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Craziest poker story ever. Jeez, that's a tough one. Craziest poker story ever.
We don't really have any. We need a list. You know what? We should have a poker store. We should have a whole bunch of cards, and then you could, or like a spinning thing, a wheel of stories. Dutch, and
The
then
whole
we'll spin
Brandy
it.
Hawbaker story. It was probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in poker. That was probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I don't really feel like talking about it. I don't really feel like
Yeah, that's
talking
a little
about
bit
it.
depressing.
Okay, so we're getting 1.5 to 1 to make the call here. Sergeant Pepper making the shove. We've got Queen Jack suited.
Oh, I wanted to give
Make the
I
fold.
want to give a shout out to King's KC too, because he said grill. So, I wonder what we should grill today.
Sounds pretty
Some
good.
hamburgoses.
Okay, hold on. We're pretty close. No, we've got another 13 minutes. I better set a little timer.
For what? For the what? What's on 13 minutes?
Late reds for this $100 reloader.
I want to watch the pageant video on YouTube. Somebody show me it. Link, please. Link, dogfish. Link, please. I want to see it too.
Okay.
Ebb
let's
and flow.
take a look here.
Flow and Ebb says it's not cheating, Dutch, unless you're caught.
It is, though. It is.
But it's like the old saying: if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, does it still make noise? Hey, Flatty, good
the
to see
Joe
you.
Seabox story was also pretty funny and pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy.
Which
how-
one? The one where he's naked?
So Joe Seabock, basically, he gets catfished. No, that's not how it worked out. He was having kind of this back and forth with some
That's
chick
a
that he
good-
met on social
It's
media.
not about us.
Decided, it's time to go ahead and send the dick pic. Right? It's like time. It got to that point where it's like the natural progression is, go ahead and send a dick pic. And so somehow, then fast forward a few months, and he decides not to take it out of his outbox. Some people hack into his email. Some poker players hack into his email. And then what happens?
Hey, after you're done with this, can we watch the awkward university? We got a link here from Pat's Poker if you want to watch that.
Yeah.
Well, let's watch it really quick.
I would like to watch it, but first I want to tell about
Okay,
the
the
story.
story first, and then we'll watch.
So the
okay.
story ends with some hackers going into his email, finding said dick pic, finding it,
Penis.
and trying to blackmail him, and saying, "Look, you give us $75,000, or we're going to release this everywhere on the internet." And he's like, "No, I'm not giving you anything."
Oh, and it's Miss Philippine, man.
And they do release it on the internet, and he goes to the FBI, And the FBI find these guys and put them in prison. So they're doing hard time for posting dick pics of Joe Seabach. And Joe Seabach is so embarrassed by it, even though he shouldn't be embarrassed, okay? I'm just telling you, haven't seen the picture. There's nothing to be embarrassed there. That he goes and he invents Snapchat. Billionaire. How cool is that?
Who invented Snapchat? What?
Joe Seabach. So now you can send dick pics without the fear of getting extorted.
He inspired Snapchat.
Okay, so maybe that's not quite what happened. Maybe instead what happened is he went to go work in the wine industry, and that's what he's doing now. But I haven't seen him in poker, and I don't think he's coming back. I think he's like, you know what? I'm done with you guys.
Let's see.
You guys don't deserve me anymore. I think that's how he feels. I really do. I feel like, and I feel like it's a loss for poker. I feel like I'm sorry to see him go. But you know what? It was kind of unfair, I got to say. And I'm going to put a little blame on my con here as well, because you know it was one thing for all these guys to be posting Joe Seabach dick pics all over the internet, but it was another thing for like the forum owners and everything to kind of let it happen and not delete them and kind of make fun of them. I feel like so many people were making fun of Joe Seabach for this happening to him that in the end he was so disgusted with the whole community as a whole that he was like, you know what, I'm done with poker. I'm done with you. And I think it's kind of sad because he was definitely pretty cool. He was a cool guy to hang out with. He was a cool guy. His show was great. Poker Road was awesome, and he had a lot of friends in poker. I do miss him. I wouldn't say that we were ever really that tight. It's not like we were ever really boys, but I do feel the loss of not having Seabach anymore. And I think that if two things didn't happen. Besides all the final table bubbles that he made at the WPT, but if two things didn't happen, the UB scandal and then him basically getting paid to shill for UB, and the dick pics scandal, I think that he's still around in poker. I think he is, and I also feel like it's really unfair how little flack a lot of the other UB pros got, and how much Seabach got. Seabach got so much criticism for being a spokesman for Ultimate Bet, while at the same time Phil Hellmuth and Annie Duke were spokespeople for that site, and they both escaped pretty clear of any criticism. Annie Duke not as much as Phil Hellmuth, but Hellmuth, I mean, it's like it never even happened for him. It's like it never even happened. It's like, oh yeah, I was a spokesman for Ultimate Bet. I had a pretty significant piece of that site, but whatever. I got 13 bracelets now. Don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Whereas Seabach, he gets paid, what, 70-something thousand to come in and basically shill for the site. And everyone's like, I can't believe he would sell out and take the money. Hellmuth, congratulations on your bracelet. Seabach, you're a bad person. And I'm like, that seems like kind of weird to me. That's a little crazy how that all happened.
Miss Philippines won.
Annie Duke also not really getting a lot of flack for that. It wasn't really until her involvement with Epic that she stopped showing up on the trail. Yeah, all pretty crazy to me. So that's probably it.
Do you have a picture of his penis?
Let me see if we can put it on screen.
So back to this Steve Harvey. Did you get the link or do you need it?
X-Parrot 1967. Good to see you, man. Thank you very much for sticking around. Another month. Really appreciate the support of the stream.
So I'm not really sure. So good news, Dutch. Miss Philippines won.
That is great news.
Because I'm Filipino, so I won.
And you are connected to the Philippines about the same way that I'm connected to the Philippines.
No,
so I won too.
I was there, dude. I was in the Philippines.
She was born on a Navy base, which is not part of the Philippines. It's part of the U.S.
I was in the Philippines, dude. I walked around.
That is
island.
U.S. soil.
What the hell's wrong with you, man? I'm Filipina, man. Anyway, so
Okay.
I don't know what happened here.
Can you say that in Tagalog?
I'm Filipina. Just did. So, X-Parrot, welcome.
I will agree with the judges there. The Filipino women are the most beautiful of all.
Well, Steve Harvey confused the Cambodian woman.
Cambodia with the Philippines.
Yeah, you can do that. The Cambodian women look a lot like.
Do they?
Yeah. You can, they get,
I mean, it's
Cambodia
not
gets a
that
lot.
far off, right?
Yeah. But it's a different country.
It's a different country. It's a different...
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. I'm sorry. It's Colombia.
Colombia?
Yeah, Colombia.
Oh,
I thought it said Cambodia. It's Colombia. So
That's not even
maybe
the same continent.
Yeah. It's, sorry, that was my.
I mean, that's
I
not
did a
even
Steve
close.
Harvey. Sorry, guys. So yeah.
And
so show
Cambodia
it,
and
show it.
Colombia are very far away. Wow.
Yeah, I want to see what happened because I can't. I don't have the volume up, so I don't really see what's going on here.
Wow. Chaos Theory really putting the hurt on Zinzatori there. 8s versus 10s. And with that flop, Zinzatori only had 1 out.
I don't
Didn't
see
get
the
it.
awkward though. Where's the awkward thing? I don't understand. I guess we have to see it on. I have to hear it Dutch because I don't see where it's awkward.
What are we talking about?
The Steve Harvey thing.
The Steve Harvey awkward thing?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
I'm getting frustrated because I really want to see this. And your phone's ringing. Is that your phone or mine?
So, G Beck's checking to me. Okay, we'll fire a little half pot size bet. It's going to cost your whole stack here, G Bex, if you want to continue with this hand. Yeah.
Oh yes, he's in a hand. He's playing.
Ballsy.
He's playing.
Ballsy. Nice job there, G Bex. Escape into Art. Good to see you on the stream, man. Said, let's take this one down, brother. Gonna try Escape into Art. I like that username, by the way. Very nice choice there. Like a Fool says, Penn and Teller said he cheated at merit badges. To make a fire, he buried a sterno can. I don't believe him. I don't believe him, Like a Fool. I think that is just a joke. So, Sergeant Pepper going out to Kudos 88. We're down to 2 tables, you guys. Getting down to the wire. 2 out of 16. Little ace-king suited action. Nice hand to have in the big blind. Chaos Theory sure has been picking on our big blind too. If you make this raise here, Chaos Theory, I'm going to make the call just like we would with any other hand. So, wow, look at that. Shriever making the shove. And this is going to be a reshove for us. I think B. Shriever makes this shove enough of the time with like ace-queen that we can't really be that far behind with ace-king suited. A big chunk of the time, we are dominating B. Shriever. Sometimes B. Shriever has kings, queens, or jacks, and we've got some catching up to do. But usually not. The fact that Chaos Theory is actually thinking here, maybe Chaos Theory has like queens or jacks himself. I don't think that he tanks this long with kings. So queens, maybe ace king, probably not. Probably not. Chaos Theory is probably sitting there with like jacks and thinking, well, if Shriever and Dutch both have ace king, then I'm a pretty big favorite. That's true. So Shriever with the 7s, can we catch up? It looks like we're going to. Looks like it's going to hold, and it does.
Nice.
So that puts us back in the top spot. Wow, flipping with Shriever.
That's very nice, Dutch.
If we had a book and we titled it Flipping with Shriever, that would be like 7 chapters of sadness and then 1 chapter of of something good. Something good just happened. Oh my gosh, our biggest flip on this site was a 10K flip with B. Shriever. Queen B 902, how you doing? Queen B says, so you don't have a host alert, man? No. No, I don't. If you are hosting the stream, I really appreciate it. And you know what? Just for you, I will,
We're gonna like take over the poker room.
It doesn't look like it's even showing up in the stream. Thank you very much for the host, Queen B. Really appreciate that. That's really awesome of you. Queen B, if you guys ever checked out her stream, I believe she is up in Canada. does some streaming up in Canada, and has some tweets. I follow your Twitters. It's good to see you in the stream. Thank you very much for the host. Black Hat Poker says, hey, my daughter thinks your Minnie Mouse bow is super cute. She gave me a weird look when I told her, do you want me to tell her that? That's pretty awesome. Black Hat Poker. Thank you. Tell your daughter thank you for the compliment.
What the hell's that?
What the hell is that?
It's your alarm
shoot.
clock that you invented. Did you
Ah.
forget something? You have an alarm.
I had an alarm to sign up for the Sunday Reloader right before Late Reg closed.
And it just closed?
It closed.
Yeah, because you forgot.
Yeah.
Your alarm clock needs to be
I forgot.
10 minutes later.
It needed to be 2 minutes before.
Not at 50.
I can't believe that I I thought that I'd still be able to get into this reloader. Looks like I'm gonna just have to focus on this Deepstack number 7, you guys, where it's getting close. 1 out of 15. We're almost down to the final table. 6 people get paid in this thing. $808 for 6th, $3,500 for 1st is what we've got our eyes on. Guys, I'm gonna be right back. Don't go anywhere. Lots of great poker action left to come. 231,000 in front of us. That's a pretty nice stack, you guys. Pretty nice stack. Be right back. Okay, guys, we're back.
We found a good version of it.
Yeah, we found a good
Oh
version
my
of the
God.
Steve Harvey screw up. Oh
my God.
gosh, I can't believe it.
Hurry.
I can't believe it.
Shut. I'm gonna
This
go over
is
there and look at it.
horrible. Let me go ahead and get it on the stream. I'm still just like in shock watching it. Let's get this going. You just kudos 88. Nice raise there. Let me get the link here.
You got it? Do you want me to
Copy link address. No, I got it. Paste and go.
Go. Let's see.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
This is awesome. Hurry. Where is it? There it is.
Here it
Ready?
is.
You have to copy. You have to to our friends. Can they
Watch
see
on
it?
YouTube.
Can you see it?
Okay, you got. Yeah,
This
let
is a really
me
good
get it
version.
on. Yeah, this is a great version of it, and I can't believe it. Okay, so here it is. Miss Columbia just was announced the winner.
Let's just see
Okay,
what
she was
happens.
just announced the winner.
She's so happy. She's
So
waving.
It's a dream come true. She's had this dream for a long time.
Oh god. She went to college for this
And
dream.
worked hard for this dream. That's a lot of work.
It's a pretty dress.
Yep. And she's deserving of it.
Okay, folks.
She's like, woo.
Oh my
She's like, maybe they
gosh.
won't notice. Look, she's kissing
I have
everybody.
to
Oh my
apologize.
gosh. She's bowing. She's like, you bitches, I won.
Did you hear what he just said? Look at that. Look at that. She thinks he's just fucking with her.
Yeah.
She thinks that she's just screwing with her. Because look what he just came on. Look at his face here. Let's rewind that.
I have to apologize.
Look at that. She's like, what? Look at that.
She's-
Oh, she's like, he's just
joke.
screwing with
Oh,
me.
no.
He's just screwing with. This is just Steve Harvey being a comedian. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. What is it going to say on there? What does it say on his little sheet there? What is it going to say on that little sheet? Is like, how do you? It says nothing. Okay, there's nothing on that sheet. Stay cool, Steve.
The first
That's all it says. Stay cool,
runner-up
Steve.
is Colombia.
She's like, what?
Oh,
And Miss USA is like, look, that means that you probably win. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
it's a Filipina miracle.
Miss USA is looking, saying, I can't believe he just screwed that up.
Oh my god.
But I can because it's Steve Harvey. That's what she's thinking.
Universe 2015 is Philippines.
Look, USA knew. USA knew.
She's like, what? Do I believe this? Is this for real? Or is this the
She's so
joke?
sweet. She's beautiful.
Is this for real or is this the joke?
They're both really beautiful. Oh wow. Oh, look at their Filipino family. Is it pause? Did you pause it just now? You paused
No, it just kind of stopped. It's kind of
Oh my god.
lagged.
Wait, let's see what happens with the embarrassment. Like, this is the part that's embarrassing. Shit.
There's more embarrassing parts here?
Well, yeah, because she has to take the crown. She has something on her head.
Oh, because she has to take the crown off. Is that what you're
She's gonna
saying?
cry. She doesn't know this is a joke. Bad dream. She doesn't know. Yes, Dutch. I'm sorry. I have to take your crown.
Who is this?
That's the girl that just was announced and crowned. And she's awkwardly, she's the person that crowns them.
Let me just take control.
Is she from last year? Is that what?
Yeah.
This is exactly what's on the card. I will take responsibility for this. It was my mistake. It was on the card. Horrible mistake, but the right thing, I can show it to you right here. The first runner-up is Colombia. It is my mistake. Still a great night. Please don't hold it against the ladies. Please
So,
don't.
Steve Harvey's letting everyone know that it doesn't just say "Stay cool, Steve" on his card. It actually says something on the
Yeah, he
card.
said it wrong.
4 agreements making a raise here. You guys want to see this raise, or do you guys want to see?
Well, let's just.
Do you guys want to see the
Fuck.
tournament, or do you guys want to see Steve Harvey? Let's go ahead and defend.
No, we have to defend.
4 agreements fires out.
I want to see what happens.
Maybe make a little raise here against 4 agreements is C bet. I feel like that sounds right. Yeah. So he fires out a C bet. I think that we can probably go 2.5x here, which is 11.2 plus another 2,800, so 14,000 is what we're looking at. And let's see what happens with Steve Harvey.
But it's still a great night.
It's still a great night. Thank you all.
That is fucking awesome.
Oh my gosh,
They
I
crown
can't
the queen
believe
now?
it. So she has to take the crown from Miss Columbia and put it on the head of, oh my gosh. So that was the briefest Miss Universe ever.
Wow.
That was
Looks
the
like a
briefest Miss
magnet.
Universe reign. I mean, like, that was amazing.
Gosh, that's horrific.
Sorry, guys. She
That's
says.
horrific.
Sorry.
That is horrific, man. Wow, that was horrific.
Yeah.
Like, wow. When they said it was embarrassed, that was actually a lot better than the video I had.
Horrible. Horrible.
Okay, back to what really matters, this poker tournament.
Yeah, let's watch that.
What's going on now? Personally, I don't feel like I need that one.
I'm kind of surprised that they put Steve Harvey on as
He's
the
always
host.
on it.
He's been the
always
host of
He's been
Miss
the host for a
Universe?
long time. Yeah, we just don't watch it. We don't really know. Yeah, I believe so. I believe he's always been the host. Let's see, Steve Harvey
Making the fold here. 2 out of 14, you guys. Getting pretty close to that final table. I wonder what 4 agreements had there. I mean, he's saying that he's got like a bigger pocket pair, like jacks or queens or something, 10s. Who knows? Who knows? He might have just pushed me off of, well, probably not the better hand. You know, I'm going to go ahead and suggest that Queen 9 is not ahead of what he decides to
Maybe he doesn't always host it.
make
but-
that re-raise from out of position. I don't think.
It's on Reddit. Does anyone see him host? Oh God,
Yeah, well, I can't believe it.
so awful.
I can't believe that. That's horrible. That is horrible. Horrible. Steve Harvey, man. What are you doing, Steve? Know It All In, good to see you. Yeah, so Know It All In. I haven't updated the points for. If you go to the at Dutch Boyd on Twitter, and you click on that, you click on the pinned tweet, and what you're going to see is the last update. If you go down to the tabs, you can see how far I've gotten. I think that I don't think I've updated it since a week
last
ago.
week, yeah.
So
And
I think
did you
that
get
there's-
you got another host too from Jeff?
No way.
Jeff Gross.
No way, Jeff
think
Gross.
so,
Thank
yeah,
you
yeah.
very much, man. Really appreciate
yeah,
that.
we were enthralled with this beauty pageant drama.
Did it come up? Did it say?
Yeah, it's coming up right now.
Because I didn't.
Somebody whispered. Yeah, I went to. Yeah, he's doing it. It didn't say.
I don't quite know. Like,
It's not. It's there. Twitch is probably broken, and it's.
Yeah.
Because that's two.
I'm pretty
people.
sure because I thought that we had host alerts, and usually it comes up on the channel too, but it's not. It's not coming up.
So awful.
So Know It All In. Yeah, I think that there's been 2 tournaments on the Twitch Poker League on PokerZero.com that I haven't updated, and I'll try to get that. I'll try to get that updated after this tournament. After
was
this
really-
tournament right here.
I'm rewatching this. I'm sorry. I'm rewatching the Miss. It's still a great night.
Still a great night, though.
You should
It's
say
still a
that
great night.
every bust out.
That's
every
what we
time you-
should say. Yeah. every
Still a great.
time.
It was still
It's
a great
night, though,
though,
guys. It's still
yeah.
a great night. So Chaos Theory deciding to put a little pressure on us here, making that re-raise, isolating Power KC, and 3-1 with implied. I'm gonna go ahead and make you see 3 cards here, Chaos Theory. Let's see what happens. A little ace queen action, not quite the flop I'm looking for. What do you think, Chaos Theory? We could do a little float.
Dude 9 says.
Close enough to the final table here that maybe it would work. Chaos Theory is so good, though. I think that we're going to just go ahead and bow out.
Dune 9 says, Dutch Boyd, Miss Columbia can be the first member of the Broken Straight Girls.
Broken Straight
Oh my
Girls.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
So here I am, guys, trying to act like the bully. and it's not really working well for us. We're still 2 out of 14. We've got 4 agreements to our right. Basically floundering around right here at like 172 to 200 for the last 20 players. I don't really feel like our chips are moving in the right way, but they're not moving in the wrong way either. They're just kind of staying tight.
Grinding Ground says 4 agreements is a friend.
Ghost of M says, what a BS artist.
Yeah.
He says, don't blame the ladies.
Yeah, I know, right? Like if somebody's blaming the ladies.
Yeah.
Nobody's blaming the ladies,
Okay, Steve.
I promise you that, Steve.
I guess I won't. I was going to be blaming Miss Columbia there. I was going to blame Miss Columbia for trying to
She
steal the
switched the
crown.
cards. Scooby, we need Scooby-Doo on this one. Can you figure out? If it wasn't for you, Steve, we would have gotten away with it.
We would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that card. I still say that maybe if I'm Steve Harvey, I'm just like, so congratulations to Miss Columbia, and just
really
put it back in your pocket. Just put it back in your pocket and beg the judges to back you up. Okay, 6,100 here. Let's make the raise. Ace Jack offsuit.
Black Hat Poker says that you play hands like a musician plays a guitar. Dutch actually plays guitar.
I do.
Black Hat.
I play the guitar like I play poker.
Right.
Okay, firing out 6,100, same amount. Fire out the same amount. Hopefully just get through. And if 4 agreements decides to go ahead and check raise, what do? I'm going to call. I'm going to see a turn and probably get blown off my hand on the turn. Unless a heart or an ace or a queen comes. Mike McKay, good to see you. Says, Dutch, I'm curious. Do you usually ignore the possible table chat when in an online game, or do you only do that when streaming? To tell you the truth, Mike McKay, I usually don't really play that much online these days unless I'm streaming. And if I'm streaming, I just pay attention to the chat on the stream. Even though, I will say though, even before Black Friday when I was really crunching the hands every day, even at that point I would turn the chat off. No good can really come from paying attention to table chat. No good, really. When I think about it, I actually got banned from PokerStars for like life before Black Friday. Got reinstated, so I'm back on PokerStars if I want to go play those W coups. But for about 10 years, I didn't get to play on PokerStars because of a little chat interaction. And I don't really feel like talking about it. But it wasn't all that bad.
Hey, I got a whisper coming in your way, please.
Okay.
To be whispered and not shared to anybody.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
Indeed. So we're telling secrets. Yeah, you don't really whisper. I mean, you don't. I mean, Dutch. If people whisper, chat him or whatever, the thing is that Dutch likes to whisper back, especially if they start fighting, and it actually leads to tilt. So Dutch tries to ignore it as soon as he can.
Yeah. Hey, big shout out again. Thank you very much, Jeff, for hosting the stream. I really appreciate that, man. I'm gonna go ahead and try to pay it forward one of these times, Jeff.
Disband. Nightbot banned you for a minute.
Me?
No, Disband 2131, but I unbanned it.
Because if Nightbot banned me, he's out of line.
No, he banned
me my own channel.
JP.
That's not cool.
JP16 subscribed for 6 months in a row as well. Did you get that?
Hold on for a second. A lot of things going on here. JPB 16. Awesome to see you here, man. Thank you very much for supporting the stream as long as you have. JPP16 also has been putting up some points in that Poker Zero League. Great to have you here, man. Thank you so much for being a positive part of the stream. We got King 2 suited with a nice little spot here. Power KC, 9 big blinds to start the hand. I'm going to go ahead and take a little shot at you, Power KC. And it's kind of an interesting spot because I'm almost going to be priced in if Power KC decides to go ahead and make this shove. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So if Power KC decides to shove, it's going to be a call on my part. But we still make it a normal raise because I don't really feel like being married to the hand if Chaos Theory or Zinsator decides to put up some numbers pre-flop, make the fold there with the Jack 3 off. Still trying to bully the table, but don't attack the drowning stack. Even though Power KC is kind of a drowning stack there with 9 bigs, not quite so drowning that I think Power KC isn't going to wait for a better spot if he looks down and sees like 9-6 offsuit. G-Bex, though, probably should be making the call with anything there. Yeah, I mean, like G-Bex, Power KC does not have to have anything. Power KC is making that shove with every single hand. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard with as much dead money as was just in that pot for me to justify a fold if you're sitting there in G-Bex spot. This is not we're not even close to the bubble. Even though it feels like we are 2 out of 13, it pays top 6. It's not close. Half the field still has to get eliminated before we're at that bubble. So there's just there's really no point in letting yourself blind out of the tournament here, G-Bex. I just don't understand how G-Bex can find himself now with 4 big blinds. The only time you should ever let yourself get down to 4 big blinds are when one of 2 things happens. First, you get it all in a situation where someone has you almost covered, but you have them covered by 4 big blinds. That can happen. Second is when you are so close to the bubble that so much of your equity is wrapped up in that min cash, and you're going to be able to fold your way there. So those are the 2 situations where I can see letting yourself go from a 7 big blind stack to a 4 big blind stack. Every other situation, though, just doesn't make a lot of sense. There's really no reason for G-Bex to be waking up here with 4 bigs. Maybe if it's like a super turbo, which this isn't. So, Power KC making the shove there with a random hand. G-Bex really should just be closing his eyes and making the call with whatever 2 crapola cards he's got. Wow, and look at Power KC going from, Chaos Theory putting the hurt on him. Oh, what a heartbreaking hand there. Power KC, the unbeatable hand. Pocket aces, the uncrackable hand. The hand that never loses. And there it is. For the first time in my poker career, at least, we're seeing pocket aces go down in flames. Dune 9. So I'm not quite sure about what we're doing with the shirt. I will say this, that signing the shirt and framing it kind of defeats the point of having the shirt. The whole reason why we kind of went with the shirts rather than like a clock trophy was so that you'd actually wear it, and every single winner of that shirt would kind of be an ambassador of the stream and the site and the fist bump crew. But I would be happy. I would be more than happy to sign the shirt. I'm going to be really sad if it ends up, in a frame rather than being a shirt. That shirt wants to be worn. It's going to be a beautiful, comfortable shirt. If I knew that you were just going to frame it, I would make it a really uncomfortable shirt. I would have made it like a burlap shirt, a goat hair fist bump shirt, man. And it's kind of depressing, knowing that it's just that if we sign it, it's just not going to get any play. I hope that maybe sometimes they'll take it out of the frame, and actually wear it at like a home game or at a tournament. It's surely going to bring you luck, man. I guarantee it. I guarantee you have my personal guarantee that if you wear that fist bump shirt at a tournament, that you will not have aces cracked. My personal guarantee. Yeah. Hey. But I don't have any problems signing it, of course.
Wow. Did you see an accident? There was an accident in the strip where somebody's dead, and they closed down the strip. Some lady was trying to flee the incident, I guess.
Oh, my gosh, that's horrible. Mowed
down 20 pedestrians.
That's pretty crazy, because I'll tell you what happened. Steve Buckner, the the guy that I was telling you guys about, right? Steve Buckner. After day one, he was at Valet with his buddy, and he was talking to Lucky Chewy. I was waiting for my pickup from Exmoor, so I went up and talked to him. Lucky Chewy and Steve Buckner. He's like, "Hey, cuz, how you doing, cuz?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing good, cuz." He's like, "Yeah, cuz." Anyway, they were gonna go walk across the street to Caesar's Palace. And all of a sudden, they started walking across. Like, they were going to walk across Flamingo.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
"Yo, Steve, what are you doing? Whoa,
Wait,
hold
you
up."
mean like cross the street without going to a normal crosswalk?
Yeah, and Flamingo doesn't have a crosswalk there. They have that overpass. It's like, "What are you guys doing?" "Oh, we're going over to Caesar's." I was like, you can't go that way. You got to go over the overpass.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we're right there. We're right there, cuz. I was like, dude, trust me on this. This is, it's late, it's Vegas. You know how many drunk drivers are on the road right now? You do not want to be crossing the street. Just overpass. It's an extra, 30 seconds. It's nothing. You're going to be there. It's right there. He's like, "Cuz, we got to take the overpass. Dutch just jinxed us." He goes, "Dutch is right. Dutch just jinxed us." I was like, "No, I'm not trying to jinx you. I'm just telling you."
You can't fucking...
Pedestrians die
Jesus
all the time
Christ.
right there, because they, instead of deciding to take the other 30 seconds to take the overpass. Why do you think they built that overpass? They built that overpass because so many pedestrians were dying.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Okay, so we
Yeah,
would
we
have
don't
called,
jaywalk.
but since 4 agreements called, I don't really think that we have to. Getting 4-1 with a 2-3 offsuit, a hand that we know is behind, it's not that far behind. It's pretty tempting to go ahead and take a flop. So yeah, let's take a flop. It can't be that big of a mistake to go ahead and see 3 cards with any 2, getting 4-1, having position on 4 agreements.
Guess what? Nikon Jane's birthday.
Happy birthday, Nikon Jane.
She wants us to sing her a song, a birthday song.
like a.
We can do it now.
We can.
Because it's not trademarked.
It is
Or
it's
it's
copyright.
not patented.
It's
or
not copyright
it's
anymore.
Nobody owns it.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. I wasn't ready yet, but happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear Jane.
Happy birthday to you.
Nikon Jane, you guys. Awesome person. I can't tell you how cool she is. You guys have to see for yourself. She has put together some of the best
World
best
Series
poker photos in the history of the game.
Mm-hmm. She's very good. Do we
Jane
have her
Furman.
website?
She does, janefurman.com. Let me go ahead and give you a link here. Actually, I'm just going to... Jane, I hope that I don't get sued for copyright infringement here, but I'm going to go ahead and actually just show some of these photos.
That's right.
Huge addition to poker. Right up there with the best poker photographers, in my opinion. Olvis Alberts, Joe Gyron, Jane Furman. So there she has a really good one of Joe McKeon. And 4 agreements just disconnected.
4 agreements.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I gotta go get me some more coffee. And we have a sub-height. We have Kevin Lee subbing for...
Look at that photo.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that great? Got some mountain biking photos, a little Norman Chad going on. I mean, just beautiful. Just beautiful photos. Jane, I can speak for everybody in poker when I say we love you. We love having you here. And I love having you here on the stream. It's really great. You do such great work. And I'm happy to call you a friend. Happy birthday. I hope it's a good one.
And we have a resub, Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee. Resubbing for how long? 6 months. 6 months in a row. Kevin Lee, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, Zen Satori, if you make the shove, I'm going to make the call. There it is. 25,000, making the call. I hate doing this. Ace 10 versus King 9. Looks pretty good there, Zen. You faded well. And I'm going to have to think about whether I would have played it differently. I don't really think that
Oh, wow.
you're making a mistake there, especially given that a lot of times you're just straight up dominating me. If I have like a weaker ace, then you're loving your situation. But sometimes maybe a stop and go would work. Maybe, and then you wouldn't have to fade all 5 cards. Yeah, I mean, when you make the shove, you know you're never getting a fold. You know that. So the question is, do you want to get it all in, or do you want to maybe see a flop and maybe not have to see a turn or a river? I don't know. I think I could make an argument either way. I don't hate the way that you played it, though. Getting 2-1 to make the call definitely sucks having to call with the king-9, but that's what we got to do. And now instead of being 2nd out of 11, we're 5 out of 11, so that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks, but we're still doing okay.
Zen Satori started following us on Instagram.
Thank you very much for the follows in. JD Cole says, can you send Linda a 2XL so I can wear it? That's pretty funny. The stack is going the wrong way, guys. It's going the wrong way. We're doubling up the wrong people. Tripling up, quadrupling up G-Bex, doubling up Zen Satori. Chaos Theory now has us beat. Kudos has us beat. 4 Agreements has us beat. Pocket Queens, pretty strong here. Pretty good hand. I'd love it if G-Bex just shoved here with his jacks or 10s. 4 Agreements is probably going to put a little pressure on us with a raise. If we get a walk, I don't even want to see it. We got a walk. Ah, yes. Winning. Sigh. So Zen Satori and the big blind. We've got better than average. We've got better than random. So let's go ahead and make a little raise there. Mike McKay, welcome to the crew. Thank you so much for being here.
Is that a new sub?
I think it's a new sub. I think it's brand new.
I don't see the thing here.
Yeah, it's not coming up on the Twitch. It'll come up. It'll come up.
It's gonna be late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pocket Kings, G-Bex making the shove. Feeling pretty good about it.
Mike McKay, huh?
So the question is, do we raise or do we call? Comes to the same thing. Let's just go ahead and make the call. Maybe Chaos Theory decides to put a little squeeze on us if he's got like jacks or queens or ace king, ace queen, which would be great. It would be great. So it induces the squeeze play, maybe. And Chaos Theory making the call is actually a really big part of Chaos Theory's stack.
Oh, so the Poop 34 says, I write for Poker CNBC's website, and whenever we have photos from WSP, they're usually Jane's.
Yeah, Jane is.
Yeah, she's great.
She is. She has the best photos. She had a really good photo at the final table.
Oh yeah.
My favorite photo was probably the Matt Glantz water photo. I thought it was great.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So wow,
Poker,
what the hell is going on here? Chaos Theory check calling when we fire out 28,000. I mean, it feels like no idea where I am now with my pocket kings, you guys. No idea. We might be final table bubbling right here against Chaos Theory. That's pretty brutal. Never folding. The question is, are we calling or just shoving all in right here, right now? And I think it's okay to just shove right here, right now. Yeah, let's do it. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck.
For fuck's sake. Nice hand there, Chaos Theory. Nice hand. Okay, that's going to be it for us, you guys. 10 out of 58. The Kings go down to the Ace-Jack suited. I feel like it was... I'm not even going to talk about that hand. That's just ridiculous. GG. We're going to be back on Wednesday for the Poker Zero Twitch Poker League, you guys. So make sure to join us on that, pokerzero.com.
But I need to see the next. I don't have the alert for the last subscriber. I need to send him his welcome package.
It'll come up. Let me go ahead and see really quick. God. Yeah, that's just gross. That's fucking gross. I'm really kind of surprised that Chaos Theory would be putting as much of his stack in pre-flop as he did there with the Ace-Jack suited. And I'm also kind of surprised that he wouldn't get it in on the flop when he checks and we fire out a bet. If he's going to call, what's his plan for the turn if a heart doesn't come? So it is just ridiculous. I'm not saying that he played it bad. I don't think I would have played it that way. I think I probably would have just folded pre-flop or check raise on the flop. But it's not like we're getting away from it. If you check raise on the flop, we're sticking around. So this is just gross. It's just gross. This kind of, it's the kind of hand that just makes me want to quit poker altogether. Mike McKay, thanks again for the sub. Really appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get you a little welcome package over to you, including a DRM-free digital version of Poker Tilt and a couple of fist bump patches. If you should want them. I hope that you guys all have a really great Christmas. We're going to be back on Wednesday for a real quick stream.
And to wish everybody Christmas.
And to wish everybody a happy birthday. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
from me.
My
birthday's
not
on
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Your birthday's a Thursday day.
Thursday. My birthday's on Thursday.
don't
That's going to
get-
be a fun day. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody leave Norman Chat alone.
Leave Norman Chat alone. Guys, thanks so much for being here. You guys have a good night.
So
I wish
Wednesday,
that,
what time at Wednesday, dude?
7
What
o'clock.
time?
7
Is
o'clock
it at
p.m.
night?
Pacific Standard
okay,
Time.
dude, at night.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Dutch. That sucks that you bubbled there.
Whatever. Fuck them. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.